All right, so Khajiit sits at a bar with a bubbling, glowing drink in his hand, lit only by the drink and the neon lights of the sign flickering behind him. He straightens his oversized hat and puts his boots up on the bar with a clomp and takes a deep sip through a crazy straw, which causes the cup to giggle. Previously on Fight for the Future, Khajiit, the Wonder Bard, set to work handcrafting the games that would determine the fate of the entire universe, a task that would be daunting to mere mortals, but not Khajiit. He set off and scoured the cosmos for inspiration, gathering materials from the cracks in space and time itself. Through the endless desert of red glass, over the moons of crustaceans, under the pits of hell itself, he tirelessly searched until he had amassed all that he needed. Only then did he return, his fur heroically blowing from an unknown wind. And with these materials he built, his hands did the work even gods dreamed of, as he made perfection incarnate. And then, only then, when he was done, he took a sip of the creation he had made, its bubbling liquid filling his heroic tummy, and then he set to work on making the games. Yes, then. Oh, and also while he was gone, the less important characters of the story solved a murder. It was the assassin from the Sixth City that did the assassinating, and definitely not a clever setup by Khajiit. But if it was, it would have been oh so clever. But now, the time has come, the games to begin. Games Khajiit was totally prepared for, and he definitely didn't spend all of his time making the mixed drink. Ring the bell, the fight of the future has begun. All right, everybody. So, before we begin here, each player is allowed to themselves or assign a fellow team member to roll a blind insight check on their opponent for up to 5 skills or a gear loadout, which tells what kind of like spells and weapons you have. So we'll get to that in a minute, but I'll go through the rest of the rules here first, just before we get into the official stuff. So you each have also been assigned a coach from your team to act as your liaison and confidant. During the prep phase, when it is not your teammate's turn, right, there will be a 5-minute window when the rest of the team is allowed to give input, right? So outside of that time, only the coach and the participant can speak. That's during the prep time, okay? Once we exit prep, others are allowed to speak again, and it'll be clear when that happens, okay? There's like, it's sectioned off into different segments. So, and I will also post up a copy of the rules after I say them for the active players and coaches to reference as needed. The coach for Omega Corps for this game will be Cassie, and the coach for the Horsemen of the Multiverse will be Riptide. And the coaches received the rules in advance in order to review and give input. And the coaches are tasked with checking rules, making sure things are being adhered to correctly, helping their teammate, and also tracking scores. So make sure you guys have out a notepad or Google Doc or something so you can just write down notes real quick to make sure that when I get to like the tallying scores, that what I have written down also lines up with what you have, basically. Okay. And also for this event, activatable abilities will be limited to 1 use total. Activatable magic items will break after use, and spells used outside of the designated combat scenarios are locked behind a DC 20 Arcana check. Also, all movement abilities are blocked until the final stage. All of this will make a lot more sense in a minute, okay? And there's a lot to go through, okay?
Yeah, for me, you're just saying words.
I know.
I don't know what the words
It's
mean.
okay. Hey, you don't. At least you don't need to know. At least, right? You're not a coach or participant in this one, so yeah. This will be you next time. This will be you next time. You have to actually listen and actually like understand all the rules. There's a lot of rules. No, that was a lot. Okay, but the coaches are also aware of the restrictions as well, and they helped agree upon them. So, but right now, before we get into the actual event itself, participants, you may now select up to 5 skills of your opponent that you wish to try and gain insight on, or have a teammate of yours do that for you instead if you think that they would be better at it. And what blind insight means is that I roll the insight check and you don't get to know what the number is. I just tell you the result. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But otherwise,
Otherwise, you'll know if it's success or failure based on what I tell you and what the dice says, right? So you don't get to know what the number is. I'll roll the die using your insight score or whoever it is, right? And I'll give you what you glean, basically, right?
So actually, it could be false.
It could be
What you
false.
tell us.
Yes.
Oh.
Depending on what you get. Yes.
So we don't even
Depending on
know
whether you
who's
suck or not.
playing
Sorry.
against who, do we?
So the participants are Nomad and Giver.
Okay.
Okay, those are it's a 1v1, and this is lock, stock, and dual barrel roll, which is the Vault of Treasures face off in the skies, where you each have to devise basically defenses for your side and get past the defenses of your opponent, and then eventually collect treasure and then escape. So I will start with Giver. Which 5 abilities, and you can also pick combat as just a general ability, do you wish to gain insight on Nomad?
Also, cough, cough, have Ilea do the roll.
Thank you, Coach.
What?
Thank you, Coach.
I'm eating Toblerone here, yo. What?
Alright.
So you're saying that we... Oh, so the role could be any of our players, not just...
Any of the players can be assigned the insight check if you want to find somebody else. Hold on, my cat. My cat needs to leave. You can ask your coach. They can look at everybody's skill sheets and whatnot. Hold on, my cat needs to leave. Apparently,
Coach,
right now.
do I have the better insight? Is that what you're asking me?
Where are the options again?
So just
Sorry.
just
Oh
go
my.
just go to your character
So-
sheet. Take a look at the skills there. So like survival, stealth, sleight of hand, things like that, and just pick 5 that you think it would be helpful to know about.
Alright.
About
Just pick 5, okay.
Just pick 5.
Things you think
Yeah.
might be the most useful to know, basically, for this scenario, but you don't know much about,
About
it.
my opponent.
Your opponent, yeah.
Yeah, about your opponent.
You're
so
seeking
you'll know,
weaknesses,
like,
basically.
What their weaknesses are.
Yeah.
So
Stealth, deception.
Hold on. Get a pen. Stealth,
Alright.
stealth, deception. Okay.
Acrobatics,
Acrobatics. Okay. 2 more.
perception,
Perception.
and survival.
Survival. Okay.
Hello, Google Maps. Hello.
Right?
yes, I like that. Shut up.
Where are you going? All
You're
right.
leaving the session? Hello.
All right. Like, I'm out of here. All right. And who's Giver? Who are you assigning the insight check rolls to? Are you going to do it yourself or have someone else do it?
Am I allowed to know everyone's
Ilea has the
modifier?
highest one. Go with Ilea.
Oh, do I?
Yeah. She's a +8.
There's your
Yeah, I'll
answer.
do that.
Okay.
I'll do
Is it
that.
obvious that I do not know my character sheet?
Okay.
It's been a
So
while.
that's a +8 to your skills. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a physical d20. So there's no digital paper trail. And I will go down the list here. And it's a +8, you said. Okay. So let me write down all my numbers here.
What was the other skill you asked? Sorry.
It was
Google Map was going on.
stealth, deception, acrobatics, perception, survival.
Okay, cool.
Okay. And go down the line here. My pen is dying because it decided today is the right time to do that to me. Okay. And that last one. All right. It's a good spread. All right. So let me pull up Nomad's sheet here real quick. So stealth is the first one. Okay. So you know about Nomad stealth is that he is very small and tends to blend in easily to his surroundings. And you would assume that he probably is quite good at stealth based on how you've seen him kind of move around the restaurant, and he kind of just appears places sometimes. So he's not particularly quiet all the time, but he is small and goes unnoticed sometimes. So you would say that he's
Very
probably
quiet.
he's very. I think you say he's moderate at stealth. right?
Okay, for stealth.
For stealth, yeah. So moderate stealth. Let's see, deception. Okay, deception. Nomad is a wordsmith and with a silver tongue, and he is well versed in getting people to do what he wants and getting people to believe his tall tales and stories. You've definitely already fallen for several of them, and then you had to like do a double take, but that doesn't make any sense, right? So you definitely would say that he definitely is very strong at deception. Okay.
And Nomad would say something like appearances are what's really important. Because he's all about what people look like and what he looks like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
And then acrobatics. This man is definitely a flip wizard. He definitely has the springy, limber body of somebody who has definitely seen quite a bit of action and has to spend a lot of his time dodging out of the way of possibly dragons or something much larger than him in nature, which is most things, honestly. So definitely strong at acrobatics. And perception, he is definitely has an eye for fashion in particular. He notices specific kinds of things more than others. And I would say that he would be moderate at perception, depending on if it's something that strikes his interest, basically. So moderate at perception. And then survival, he doesn't seem particularly physically durable. Let's just say that. You would assume that looking at him with all his fancy, shiny clothes, that he wouldn't last very much out in the wilderness at all. And that he would probably be eaten by a bear quite quickly, or just be very upset by his clothes getting dirty and then just go home. So very weak at survival, okay? Hopefully you've been writing that down, you and your coach. Okay.
I'm writing it all down.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll send
So
it to
Nomad
you.
would if he gets even a little dirty, he gets upset. So he would not be good at survival probably compared to most.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Nomad, what are the 5 things you want to know about Giver?
Well,
He's not a whale. So right after that, he's not secretly a whale.
That'll be funny.
I mean, basically, this is
I have a
pretty,
dad bod, but it's not that bad.
I mean, this is pretty random, right? I mean, we know nothing about the game or anything that would.
I mean,
help us
you know,
choose,
I mean,
so.
again, I'll say again, you have to. This is a game where you have to design defenses for your treasure trove and try to stop your opponent from getting to your stuff, and they have to do the same to you, right?
Sure.
So use that as it will, right?
How
Right.
much? How well can I go? So yeah, so like you want to know about how well they can move around. How
Sure.
that kind of idea.
Okay, so let's see here.
Like if you put something in front of them, how easy is it for them to get around in terms of like some sort of danger or something, right?
Okay, I'm just basically randomly choosing here, but
That's fine.
okay. So acrobatics, deception, investigation.
Hold on. Acrobatics. Yes. Deception.
Deception,
Deception. Okay.
investigation,
Investigation. Interesting. Okay.
sleight of hand,
Uh-huh.
and stealth.
And stealth. Okay. Interesting. All right, pull up. And who's doing your insight check?
Anthe, but she's not here, is she?
She's not, but I can pull her sheet up. That's fine. Give me a moment.
Thea may not be with us, but Ianthe is technically with us.
Always. I can always do her voice if I have to, and she'll hate me again, I'm sure.
Did she comment at all last time?
She didn't actually, I don't think.
Did she? I wonder if she listened.
I think
to
she
it.
did listen to it. I just don't think I probably should have asked her what she thought. All right, so her insight, jeez Louise. All right, it's a +9. She's very insightful. All right, let's go on the list here. Okay, so that's that. And then This one is okay.
Yeah, my Toblerone is delicious.
Mhm.
That made me jealous
Got-
like that of your tasty food. I don't know why you do that to me.
I had really good Indian food for dinner, and now I've got a really nice glass of wine, so I'm very quickly becoming much happier.
Dang.
All
I
right,
had a Philly
so
cheesesteak for dinner.
Nomad. Let's see, for Giver, acrobatics. He definitely has the dad bod, and while he might have some quick reflexes, he definitely doesn't seem the most limber of individuals. And I think you probably heard him stretch once or twice, and you hear that like telltale like back cracking of like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, no, don't go that direction. So you would say that probably he wouldn't be the most acrobatic of individuals you've seen, especially you've spent some time with some pretty acrobatic individuals, and this is not one of them. And deception. He is similar to you in that he is definitely a man of words and of telltales and whatnot. Right? He has like those classic dad like hyperbole anecdotes, right? Of like, oh yeah, the fish was this big. Yeah, sure it was. All right. So you say he probably pretty strong at deception overall, and investigation. He doesn't see. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong skill. He definitely has a bit of a knack for studying his environment. I mean, he definitely has was helpful in the what's it called, the murder mystery and whatnot, and kind of like has an eye for kind of like piecing together bits of intelligence basically, and so you'd say he's probably pretty strong in investigation overall. And sleight of hand, he it kind of goes hand in hand with the acrobatics here, where he doesn't seem to be able to juggle too many things at once, like physically, like probably because he's only holding a baby, so that might have him do the. I mean, like it's hard to to like be all that great at being sleight of hand while holding a child. So just based on like the fact that that's usually happening, you'd probably say a pretty weak sleight of hand overall. And then stealth. You'd say probably a fairly moderate amount of stealth, not like anything, better or worse than anybody else. Just sort of like, he's okay at sneaking around. Like, I don't know, you haven't really seen him do much.
Sleep, he can get out of the room.
Yeah, like he's definitely got that down of like getting out of the room when his kids are asleep. But like, other than that, once he like leaves like the stress of like the presence of the child, he's much less stealthy. So it depends on the scenario. So moderately stealthy, I would say overall. Okay. Okay, and so nobody picked combat, which is interesting. It's gonna be it's interesting because like the people I thought were gonna do this didn't, and I'm very interested to see how this goes because it's gonna be a whole different set of skills probably that are chosen, which I'm very excited for. Okay, all right. So the two of you are whisked away to a pair of airships high in the sky while the rest watch on screens at the restaurant below. Let me go ahead and change the map over. This is Lockstock. There we go. Also, the maps here are not full-fledged battle maps. We don't need to move the minis around too much at all. It all takes forever to cross, as you can see by me just holding the button. So,
Wow.
yeah, it takes a long time. So therefore, for the sake of brevity and just not having to hear and wait for that to happen, I'm going to go ahead and put both of you on the same ship, even though you're on opposite ships. But use your imaginations. Let me find Giver's token here real quick. There it goes. Okay.
And I assume the baby is not with me.
Yes. The baby is... who did you leave the baby with, I guess, is the question.
Your babysitter?
I think I asked for a babysitter in the contract.
Mm-hmm.
Ianthe would have literally fought every single person and god to make sure
Yeah.
that she was babysitting that baby.
I feel like you tried to pass it off to probably a more respected individual than anyone on either party, like Fate or somebody, and Ianthe was like, no, baby, and just like push everyone out of the way, and now has your child. And like definitely, I would say that you feel confident with her having your cat. Oh my god, what was that
I'll
noise?
give her the baby, but I'll give her the baby, but can she roll a persuasion check against the baby?
Sure. Persuasion check. That's a 14.
Or performance.
Performance. That's the same number either way. It's a
what do I-
14.
What would be the counter? A D20 or just something else?
Got it.
Insight. Give me an insight check.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What would be the baby's insight? Okay.
Babies know everything.
Freaking
So
baby.
Oh, she has a +3. That's good. She got a 9. She likes her. She likes
Perfect.
her.
Perfect. Excellent. That's good. Otherwise, we have a problem when you get back.
Yeah.
All right. So each of you, Giver and Nomad, have been outfitted with a magical bracelet that hinders certain abilities that you possess. As mentioned before, this means that any activatable abilities, any activatable magic items, and whatnot are activatable abilities are one use only. Activatable magic items will break if you use them, like permanently. And spells used outside of designated specific combat scenarios are locked behind a DC 20 Arcana check. Also, all movement abilities are blocked until the final stage when it's very clear you need them. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. For the most
What do
part,
you
you can't use most spells or abilities. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And you just tell us if we can.
Yeah,
In
for the most.
cases
Yeah.
where we can. Okay,
Yeah.
So we'll just assume we can. Okay.
Assume you can't, except for Pop, you have one specific one you mentioned earlier to me. That's a one use only. Okay.
That's an ability, not a spell.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
It's activatable abilities, which that is a one use only. So
When you
Actually, what about my invocations? Let's see. What are my invocations? Let's see.
Yeah,
I
how does
have
that work?
one that casts Trickster's Escape once per long rest, and another that casts Levitate at will. Will those be locked?
the levitate at will won't work because it's a movement ability. And the other one is a one use only.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to try and keep this as simple as possible. I don't want to get bogged down too heavily with too much density in the character sheets if possible, and try and keep it primarily to like the checks and whatnot. But if you have a specific thing that you know of and you're like, oh, I want to do this thing, then we can talk about it. Okay.
All right.
Just know that it'll be
Okay, let
heavily
me
restricted
just-
and it might not work.
Let me just make sure I got this right, because I know you said it, but now now I'm questioning myself.
Mhm.
No spells at all. When's the Arcana 20 happen? That's if you tell
Combat
us,
scenarios only, which is an
which you'll
option.
tell us. Okay,
which-
so no spells, but
Right.
but even in places where we can use them, there's the Arcana 20 thing.
Yes. Until we get to the final section, and then I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, that's what I'll say. No. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna get into the actual rules now. So start paying attention. I will post these afterwards because there's a lot going on here. Okay. Also know that your coaches have access to these, and I will walk you through them each step of the way as you go. Okay.
Yeah, because we're not going to catch on that quickly.
It's okay. It's
At least
okay.
I'm not gonna.
It'll be fine, Pop. I got you.
Yeah. She got you.
very
Don't worry.
good.
Yeah.
Also, some of them are going to be timed, so be aware of that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's fine.
You're all
Calm-
gonna die. Beware of that.
Guys,
Just-
I'm gonna start posting some of the video I took in the aquarium earlier this week. It is so zen.
Just
Just
some
there
soothing.
you go.
put that all
gonna-
loose.
I'm just gonna look at my messages from Cassie, and I'll just do what she says.
Just what she says. Well, we don't do that, but all right. I mean, you need to have some agency here. Anyways, all right.
Uh-huh.
So I was gonna do all this in Khajiit Swept. I don't know if I can. It's a lot, so I'm gonna just do it in regular voice because I don't think I can keep up the accent. I don't want to have you also not understand something because my accent
What did
gets
you
more
say
funky.
there?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want you to do that. So,
Okay.
all right. So, welcome one and all to Lock, Stock, and Do a Barrel Roll. In the midst of an epic fight between pirate ships, protect your vault of treasures while quickly sneaking into the vault of your enemy. The one with the highest score at the end wins. The event is broken down into 4 sections: prep, travel, treasure, and escape. During prep, each contestant will have 5 minutes to design each of the 5 defense zones and 1 treasure room for a total of 30 minutes, alternating back and forth in their private huddle with their team who will be able to call in. The team that goes first on a coin flip will get 10 minutes on their first build because of the first ones. You are also welcome to use the time when the other team is officially planning to think about your own design at this time, and this is when you can pull in your other teammates, right? So once it is officially your turn and your timer starts at the 5 minutes, the rest of your team cannot talk except for your coach, okay? But while it is the other team's turn and they're doing their thing, your whole team can participate and talk. Hang on.
No, it's literally.
It's okay. All right. Oh, you did an important thing. All right.
Yeah, no, it's nothing important.
Cassie's
It's
sending me
literally
fish.
just
Okay.
fish.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are 3 types of defenses that you can choose from to deploy. 3 different categories. Okay. There's guards, traps, and challenges, and you will assign a difficulty rating to each one between 1 and 5, 1 being low. Each player has a pool of 15 difficulty points to pull from. Okay, so you're designing 5 different defenses that can either be a guard, a trap, or a challenge, and they'll be assigned a difficulty rating between 1 and 5. Okay, and you have 15 points to pull from. So that would mean that, like, if you assigned, if you built a trap that is a difficulty 4, that uses 4 of your 15 points. Okay, does that make sense?
You said there's 5. You said there's 5.
There's five zones. Okay. There's 3 categories. There's 3 categories to choose from for each of the 5 zones. Okay. Each of the 5
geez,
can.
so there's a total of 15 things then?
No.
15 points.
15 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Each of the 5 zones can be one of the 3 categories.
Okay.
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 That's what I mean. Okay. There's 15 points to pull from, which is the difficulty points. Okay. All right. So the 3 defense zone types are as follows. So we have guard zones. These always have 2 methods for completion, either a stealth check or a single turn's worth of attack damage. Attacks will always hit, but rolls are done to see if damage is critical and how much damage you do. Right? So no spell or ability slots will be consumed, so you can just go wild, basically. You can do 1 action, 1 bonus action, and then any ability you have, basically. So just do the max amount of damage you can do in a turn, basically, to see if you can pass the HP threshold in order to defeat a guard, if you choose to do combat. Otherwise, you're doing a stealth check, okay? That's the guards zone option. A trap zone option is they can utilize the following skills: acrobatics, animal handling, stealth, or sleight of hand. An initial investigation or perception check based on the difficulty rating assigned by the zone's creator will give a positive or a negative bump to these depending on success or failure. So, for instance, if you do well on your perception check, you will have an additional plus something to the check, okay, of like animal handling or stealth or something, okay? The next is the challenge zones. These are a bit broader in definition and will generally utilize history, arcana, nature, religion, intimidation, or persuasion. These are the more creative ones where you can kind of just make up weird stuff. So you can do, like, for riddles or any other mental challenges that require the player to actually, think. An intelligence check will be used and as the backup failsafe. And it must also be approved by me as something that is reasonably discoverable. You can't just be like, they have to say the word bread 7 times. That doesn't work. Okay, that's nonsense, right? Yeah. They must also have a solution that they can, right? Like I said, they have to have a solution that the player can solve outside of just using skill checks, right? Players have 5 minutes to solve any mental challenges without using the skill check, and then they receive a disadvantage on the associated check for their character to solve it. Okay, as the backup, basically. Okay, and then they can still fail potentially, right? And they might be there for a while. So, and also note that, like, you can get stuck at zones for multiple turns. Okay, That's kind of how this is designed. The idea is to try and get your opponent stuck for as long as possible so they slow down as much as possible so you're faster than them. Okay? That's the general point of the zones, is to slow them down as much as possible. Every little bit helps. So that's how the kind of like the travel prep works. And so once we've done the travel prep, which is the zone creation, right, we move into the treasure prep, the treasure room prep section. Each player then has 5 minutes to generate 5 objects in their treasure room and assign them a value between 1 and 5, 1 being low. The value rank of the object equates to the amount of score it will receive it is taken. Objects can be anything a player is choosing that isn't a person, and the goal here is to make it so that your least valuable item is taken. Okay? So you create 5 objects, and you're trying to make it so that when your opponent gets to the room, they look at all your items and they pick the one that's worth the least. Okay? That makes sense?
That's what you want them to do.
You want them to pick the least because it gives them less score, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you got to play a little bit of psychological warfare here to like, do you make like the fancy thing worth a lot or make it not worth a lot? You know, like, or, you know, and you can make, anything at all you want is totally fine. As long as it's not a living person. Don't do that. Because that just gets weird and I don't like that. Okay?
You can't just like put their parents in there.
Yeah, like, it just gets weird and unfortunate. So then that's the totality of prep. Okay, it's travel prep and treasure prep. Then we have the travel section, which is where you get to face the delicious challenges your opponent has put in your pathway. And the more time one fails a challenge, the lower their score will be for that section. Should contestants think up creative solutions or designs to any of the defense zones, additional checks or advantage or disadvantage may be allocated depending on the DM discretion. Okay. Upon reaching the end of the travel portion, the first player's score will be calculated, and then we will just wait for the other player to catch up so that the difference in the scores can be determined before moving on to the next section. Because the difference in your scores for the travel portion determines how long you'll have in the treasure room. Okay. So then we get to the treasure room section where each contestant picks up a number of items they are allowed to based on the difference between your travel scores, between you and your opponent, starting with a baseline of 1. So you always get 1 for sure. But like, say, there's like a 50-point difference or something, right? Like maybe that means that one person gets, the person who was slower gets only 1 item. The person who is faster gets 2 items or 3 items or something, right? That'll determine, and the more items you get, the more points you get. Okay. And the more options or potential options you get for picking the higher, point allocated items too, right? Because you don't know which one's worth what. So after the treasure section, we have the escape section. Upon reaching your destination and gathering your treasure, both players must escape the treasure room with the treasure acquired as fast as possible via an astral surfer to determine their escape score. And we'll get to that later. But basically, as you move as fast as your character is able to in a single turn, using whatever you have available to you, go the maximum distance possible. And that'll just give you an escape score. After the event is over, each player's score from each of the sections is tallied together, and the one with the highest score wins. So there'll be a travel score, a treasure score, and an escape score. And you add all of them together, and whoever has the highest points wins. Okay? Are there any questions about all of that nonsense? And I'm now going to post up.
The escape one is the farthest you travel, the farthest you move away from the point of origin?
Yes. It's just distance based.
Huh. Wow.
And I posted up I posted up a Google Doc for you to look at as all the rules that you're allowed to access. Okay.
It sounds more complicated than it actually is.
Yeah, it is.
Once you
Yeah.
get through one round, it's actually not too bad.
Especially once prep is over too. We basically just say, hey, here's a thing, roll a die, basically. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So
yes, the prep is the tricky part.
I posted this in D&D Talk. As the Lock, Stock, and Dual Barrel rules player view. That allows you to view all of the rules. Also, I want to remind you that only during prep, the other players, other than the coach, can't give input except during not your player's turn. That makes sense. Okay. And I'm gonna split you guys off into your huddles, your voice channel huddles. Okay. So basically, if I'm in your channel, only the coach and the player can talk. Okay. If I'm not there, it's free for all. I don't care. You do whatever you want.
Just
Okay.
make sure you tell everybody who can talk and who can't right when we get in there or something. So we
Yeah.
don't
I mean,
screw
it's
up.
going to be.
I guess I can always talk, so I don't care.
Yeah, we don't have to worry because it's only us.
Yeah.
So
So
we don't have any. There's nobody else here in our group.
No.
no. Yeah.
Oh, you're
It's just
kidding.
the two of you.
Yeah.
It's just the two
So
of you.
I
That's
guess
true.
we won't be fighting over anything then, will
No,
we?
we're good. We're good, man.
Yeah, you're
Wow.
good. Yeah, yeah.
Wow,
Uh,
that's okay. I guess that's probably a disadvantage, but okay, that's fine.
they only get like a little bit extra time to powwow about stuff, and it's not that big a help.
Yeah.
Right?
We
Like,
cook some stuff too, right?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope Cassie studied this stuff.
Cassie is.
Okay.
I built Cassie for this. She's good.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. That's true. But yeah, for the Horseman, only Riptide and Giver can talk while I'm present, and I will announce myself when I come back into the chat. Okay.
Okay.
So that just means that Ialea and Maddox just can't talk during the official prep time. So yeah. Okay. Everybody go ahead and go into your huddles. And I need to call I'll say Horseman is odds and Omega Corp is evens. I'm gonna roll die real quick for it's even. Okay, Omega Corp goes first, so they'll get 10 minutes on the first build. So hold on a second here.
And then how much time did we get on the first build?
Hold on. Horseman, you will get 5 minutes on the first build. Okay,
Huh.
But you could also plan.
but you can plan
while
now.
We're off planning.
You can plan now. Yeah,
So we each get 10 minutes. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Time that we're
it's just
doing it.
divided up a little different.
just develop. Yeah, the same amount of time. It's just they start first. They have to have 10 minutes up front because they can't.
Yeah.
They can't be planning while you guys are planning. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and go off into your respective things, and I will be with
All right.
Omega Corps right now. I will drag everybody else I need to. People won't move on there. Confirm.
what we got to do?
Okay, so we're gonna be planning out our 5 sections.
Yeah.
So my initial thought is we can have 3 at a. So it's like 1 to 5 basically for difficulty.
Okay.
So we can have 3 at difficulty 2, and then 1 each of 4 and 5. I believe, if I did my math right. Hold on, that should be times 3 is 6
6,
plus
10.
4
That's
plus
11.
5. That's 15. Okay.
3 at 2, so that's 6.
Mhm.
6 plus 4 plus 5. That should give us
Plus
15.
4 is 5. Yep. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, so
So-
3, 1, and sorry.
2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 4, 5.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's what I want to go for. My
Okay.
my thought is to have guards be DC 2, trap at 4, and challenge at 5.
Okay, wait. DC 2.
Yeah.
So you're saying 3 guards at DC 2? Is that what you meant?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just and have that be like every other. So like start at a guard, end at a guard, have a guard in the middle, and
Uh-huh.
in between each is going to be a trap and a challenge.
Trap.
Trap.
Challenge.
We don't.
Okay.
We don't need to design the trap, do we, Trevor?
Yep.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
No,
I
this
didn't do
isn't just you pick a category. You have to tell me specifically what's there.
All right. Damn it. I didn't do
So
that. Okay.
this
Okay,
10 minutes
so-
is your design zone 1, by the way. I need
Roll
a
it,
zone
okay.
1 design by the end of this conversation.
Okay. So our zone
you
1
have
is
you
going
have
to be
8
a
minutes.
guard. Okay. So
So
our zone 1
don't-
is going to be a guard. I do just want to run through what I want my challenge to be for eventually.
Wait,
So
we
that
don't
I-
have to design zone 1
Yes.
of the 5
Yeah.
zones?
Right
Yes.
now, and then I come
Yeah.
back to you after I do theirs. I'm
Yes.
doing
I
your
just-
zone 1, then their zone 1, then your zone 2, and then their zone 2. I'll be back.
Yeah.
We're going to get
So I-
5 minutes to design each one?
Yes.
Yes. But it's fine. We can do this. We can do it. It's fine.
Oh, I didn't
Okay.
realize that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought we had
So
No,
to
I
design
do
that.
I need a design
Absolutely.
one from
need to
Nomad.
I
Yeah.
just want to clarify what I want to do for the challenge, just so that I can start thinking
So
ahead.
you
if I
know
don't
what
need
you're
that.
doing. Right, right.
Basically, do you remember the game Mastermind?
Barely.
Barely, yes.
Okay, but basically, you make a code of like how big are these rooms? Are they like 5 by 5?
They're not rooms, they're platforms.
Are the platforms like
they're big. They're big.
Wait, okay. I basically want to make like a not preferably too big grid of like 5 by 5 where you have to hit the correct tiles to be able to clear out of it.
Okay.
There's like a code embedded in specific tiles on the island, and that's how you get out of that.
Which one are you designing? The challenge,
The challenge.
or the guard? Oh, the
The
challenge.
challenge. I just
Okay,
want
is
to
that
see if
what-
that's a before we design it. I just want to see if that's a viable idea
Uh-huh.
for going forward.
I don't know if you can. I don't know if that's a solvable thing in 5 minutes.
Okay, no problem.
Right.
Moving on.
I don't think that's a solvable thing in 5 minutes. Just straight up.
That's why I was hoping it was like a relatively small space, so I didn't have to make it too difficult. Like
Yeah.
less space equals easier code. But if it's too big,
Yeah,
then
the challenge was pretty vague. It's pretty hard
Yeah,
to know what
no
we
problem.
even
I've-
do.
No, I know.
no problem. I have
that's-
backup ideas.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So for challenge 1 for the guard, basically, I'm seeing that as literally like a physical guard in a room, preferably like with like a palisade or something, and he's just there to keep the person from advancing.
so Nomad, what do you want to see as a guard? What do you want? Do you want to do a guard? You're the participant. She's just a coach.
No.
You don't have to listen to her.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so guard. Okay, so let me think.
Calm down, Cassie. Calm down, Cassie.
No problem.
Right. I'm just trying to think of something. No man.
You're the
would
next
think
time. Calm down.
about. Okay, how about a dragon?
That's not tier 2.
Huh?
That won't be a tier 2 challenge. That'll be probably a tier 5 challenge or tier 4 challenge.
Well, I meant
Yeah.
okay, a
small-
dragon looking a baby dragon.
A drake.
something,
Okay.
something
Yeah. Okay.
dragony, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So do you want it to be a tier 2 or do you want it to be a higher tier?
No, DC2, which
Okay.
is, I think what Cassie said is fine. I don't have time to think about
Okay.
how to divide stuff up.
That's fine. You still have 5 minutes, by the way. We're only halfway through time, basically.
Okay, wait.
Um,
And guards are stealth or damage. Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they could just do damage at it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
But it's a decent enough amount of damage at DC2 that it provides a
What does DC2 mean?
I am because like I said, I have a different set of rules than you, so it's difficulty 1 through 5. I can see what the actual DC
Oh, okay,
slash
okay.
damage total
Two,
is.
2 is easier and 5 is harder, right?
Yes.
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 Okay,
Yes.
just making sure. Okay, and I just don't know what the numbers are that associate with
Yes.
that, right?
I know what
Okay,
the
right.
exact numbers
that's
are.
fine.
You do not.
Okay.
And this is just what I think is the most reasonable way to divide up the points to give us the best chance of delay.
Uh-huh.
Which
Okay,
honestly, I'm sure they're going to do the math and figure out the exact same thing.
Right. Okay. So DC. Okay. So a dragon that is a blue dragon
Okay.
that has a lightning rod in his hand. How's that?
His hand? Interesting.
And his claw.
Okay.
I mean, this is all flavor, right?
Yeah, you can literally make whatever you want. Like,
I mean, it's
Yeah.
nothing to do. I mean, right? We're not trying to figure out the stats. That's already
No,
been
it's already determined.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
Right.
already determined. Yeah, it just the more
Okay.
interesting you make it, it might also give you additional benefits or give them additional hindrances. So that's the yeah.
I see. So I'm trying to do the lightning bolt because that's a nomad thing, and I'm trying to do the
Okay.
dragon because that's a nomad thing. You know, that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to do
Sure.
flavor here. And okay, so he wants to look. Okay, so. Okay, how about I should just describe it, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Okay, it's supposed to be it could be more than one guard too, right? Or
Yeah. It should,
okay.
it'll be a total amount of hit points and whatnot. It doesn't really matter. You could say like it's 1,000 centipedes, whatever, right? Like, you know, yeah.
Okay, so how about I don't know. I can't think quickly.
I know. I know.
I guess we'll just go with that. Just trying to think if there's anything else I can throw on him.
What does paint me a picture of the scene, right? Like
Oh,
what is they enter the area, what do they see, right?
not very creative. Okay, how about a lava pool or something? Well,
Okay.
we're already doing lava, but
That's okay.
No, whatever. A lava pool. I'm just trying to think of what.
This is just the first one, so don't worry
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
And you'll
getting
have time
too
between two.
creative the
Yeah.
first time.
It's okay.
Yeah. How about some dangling cages of
Like skeletons, but people who are like
skeletons
burned alive.
skeletons of babies.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I'm thinking that would really
yeah.
keep 'em out.
Psychological warfare. Let's go.
Okay.
right.
Jeez. Okay. That's
Yeah.
gonna be rough. Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else? You have a minute and a half still.
Okay. And once that's done, we can't talk anymore.
No, we can still talk.
You can still talk. I just won't be here. I'll be with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be back for another 5 minutes of
All
powwowing
right. You got
after that.
any ideas, Cassie? Psychological warfare. Oh, how about pacifiers?
What about
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Just like
Just-
a pile of them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pile them off to the side.
Can the dragon sound like a baby?
Oh my gosh.
Oh
well,
yes, when he speaks, he
Yeah.
talks.
Just have him like.
That's just weird. Okay.
Yeah.
It's very creepy. Yes.
Okay. Sounds like a high pitched baby or like a rumbling baby still, like a dragon would sound like.
Nope. Exact. Like.
A crying baby.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is.
Sorry.
No, I
off
love
the top
it.
of my head.
I'm just traumatized. Perfect. I love it.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Yeah.
I didn't think that Nomad could go that dark, and I found a new
I
side.
know.
All right.
So
All right.
proud.
I'm sure Kathy's very proud. Okay. Jeez Louise. All right. That's your time.
I'm
All
just
right.
thinking what Nomad would be afraid of, and so that's the kind. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, let's see what
So-
Giver be
All right.
afraid of, right? All right. I'll be
Yeah.
back
Yeah,
in
and Giver.
5 minutes. All right.
sounds
For
good.
for the next zone design. All right.
This one.
All right. I have arrived. All right. So, what do we have over here? Giver and Riptide. What do you got for me?
I had a quick question
Sure.
about a challenge.
Yes.
Could we make a challenge based on like survival, or it's like a sewer or something dirty that Nomad has to cross?
Yeah.
Or
So.
does it have to use those specific skills that you
Oh, I see what you
have
mean.
there?
Oh, I see what you mean.
'Cause that one wouldn't, but it would be something else, and it would be hard for him
I
to
mean,
do.
it just. I mean, you could assign it as a trap, basically, right? Because that also uses. Is that not used? Hold on. Traps don't use survival.
No, nothing uses survival.
I'm gonna do that on purpose. Yeah. No. Yeah, I did that on purpose because one of the other games uses survival heavily, and I didn't want to use that. But so I would say no to survival. Sorry.
Okay.
Can you hear me better now?
Oh my gosh.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
gonna lower you
Turn
down.
All right, hold on. Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna lower, you're at 180 before. I'm putting you back down to 100%. All right. By the
Is
way,
that better now?
yes. Also, the timer has started. By the way, what do you guys got for me?
Sorry.
I got 2 dad jokes.
Really?
I mostly did it because I am a dad. I thought it'd be in character, but I do honestly have 2 riddles that are dad jokes.
That's great. Okay, so first of all, I need the designation of the category and the tier of difficulty.
All right. Let's see. So the first one the first 2 are level 1.
So we're doing just zone 1 right now. By the way, I'll come back for the rest
zone
after that.
1.
Yeah. What's zone 1 look like?
Challenge, trap / riddle, level 1 dad joke.
So
Okay, so it's challenge. Challenge. Okay.
It's a level 1
Challenge.
challenge.
Challenge tier 1.
It's
Okay.
a level 1 challenge. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Okay, cool. All right, what's your dad joke?
All right. What does a baby warforge call his father?
E1 or 4. And what's the answer?
Data.
Data?
DATA.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Might be a tier 2, I'm not sure.
Oh, it might be a tier 2.
I'm trying to think, how difficult is this? This is always the problem with challenge. I figure out where to call his father. No, it's tier 1. It's tier 1. I'll allow tier 1. Yeah. That's
All right.
fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and what does the scenario of this look like for as Nomad comes into the zone? How is the riddle like delivered?
He will find a piece of paper somewhere, and it'll say the first part, what does a baby warforge call his father?
Mhm.
And then he has to say the answer out loud.
Okay.
Make it level 1. Maybe it would have 4 dashes on the paper. Because how you
Oh.
guess that?
Yeah,
I'm
for the
just
number
thinking.
number of letters it is.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
too
that's
easy,
true.
though.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it makes it easy. I think it's a pretty hard one as it goes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
I could
Yeah.
also use the other joke I have if needed.
We can do that for the next one too. The riddle with 4 dash marks underneath. Okay. And is there like a door this opens? Like, how does he progress from zone 1 to zone 2? Basically, like what happens when he does it correctly, right?
Right. So after zone 1, I just go to the next thing.
No, I mean, what does the scenario in zone 1 look like for like successful completion? Like how, what does it look like when he says it out loud? Is there like a door that opens? Is like a portal he goes through? Like what's this look like?
I'd say the door. There's like a door, and it opens once he says the words.
Okay. Okay, so then the door could have the dash marks over it then.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of the door frame. Okay. Because that kind of like clear indication that like you say this, and then it does it. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. Anything else about the scenario that you want to kind of like fill in, or any extra flavor and whatnot you want to add to this, this scenario here for what it looks like, right? When Noah gets into the room, go ahead.
I will say there's like a. Can I have NPCs in the room?
Yeah.
That don't really do anything.
Yeah. You can generate basically anything you want.
I will say I can generate a not very verbal warforge that's small. Like it doesn't know many words. Like a baby tongue.
Okay. Like a baby warforge.
Yeah.
And where's the baby at?
The baby will be in like a corner.
So not like holding the paper or anything, just like off by itself.
Just off by itself. That's
Okay.
that's the only clue.
Maybe that, like, after a certain amount of rounds, the baby creature, like, comes out of a hole or, like, a little door.
Yeah.
'Cause if it starts that way, it may be too easy.
Well, the
That's
prompt
true.
is, what does a baby warforge call its father? And you just have a baby warforge. That's not really a clue necessarily too much. Right.
Well, I was thinking the baby warforge would say, if you could talk to it, you could probably get some kind of first word out of it.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I can leave it in the room and we'll have it potentially talk later on. That's fine.
Maybe he has to
Alright.
persuade it that he's his father.
Yeah, we could have.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be an intelligence check for the riddle itself, but he might be able to workshop it and try and work with the baby. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
All right, that's time. Okay, I'll be back for the next one in a little bit.
Okay.
You're back.
Maybe I can.
I've
Let me,
returned.
give me a second to think.
We're back or something.
Yep, we're
Okay.
back. Yep, we're back. And timer has start. 5 minutes. Zone 2 design. What are we doing, guys?
Okay.
What?
Zone 2.
Zone 2. What are we
We're
doing?
gonna we're gonna go with
Oh,
a
okay.
trap this time around.
Which tier?
4.
Interesting. Okay. Tier 4
Okay.
trap.
So it's a it's kind of like a fun house that has this floor that's like undulating floor that he's got to go through. And
Okay.
there's a rope that, in order to just disable this thing, there's a rope that he's got to climb up, and there's a lock box, or a box up on top with a lock that's locked that he's got to pick or whatever and open it up and push a button that disables the undulating floor.
Okay. I'm up with a.
You didn't give
a
us much
box.
lead on what you wanted here. So
I
that's
gave you
what
the
we came
type
up
of skills you can use, basically. So
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
the skill check associated?
Either acrobatics if he wants to try to make it across the moving floor, or
with. Or sleight of hand.
sleight of
to undo
hand
the
to
lockbox.
to undo the lockbox.
Interesting. So you're giving him an option. Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't know
He can utilize either of those 2 skills to
Okay.
be able to get out.
Hold on.
Yeah, I guess maybe we shouldn't have given him an option, but oh well.
No, I feel like being fair.
Okay.
But yeah,
to-
there's a couple ways out of it. Basically,
I mean,
been
usually
given-
traps have multiple ways out.
Yeah, like either he can try to basically muscle through it with the acrobatics, or he can try to disable the mechanism that is causing the floor to move by utilizing sleight of hand.
Okay. Is there anything additional you want to do to the floor to make it more dangerous?
Other than just if he being very slick, because if he's not going to hit that
Yeah, how about
acrobatic,
oily?
yeah,
Okay.
because if he's not going to hit that acrobatic check, it's basically just going to keep tilting him back towards the door that he came through.
Oh,
We're
okay.
basically trying to prevent him from traveling through, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
kind of the idea.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
it's not necessarily dangerous for him as much as he just can't get through.
So like the worst comes to worst, kind of like fall prone.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out, like, logistically, like, how it's pushing him backwards. That would be a
It's
very difficult thing to
the
do, because
floor
this
is
is tier,
actually
this is tier 4, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to think of, like,
the
what
floor
makes
is
it so
actually
cheap to develop.
moving. The
Yeah.
floor is moving, so think of it like it's a big ramp. That's one way to think of it. Is that just one side just keeps flipping up and then back down, up and down.
Okay.
Right. That's one way to think of it.
Okay. Now, how about? Sorry, I don't want to step on your stuff either. I'm trying to massage a little bit. If it's like the floor is like alive and it does like that rippling thing, like where it kind of like
Yes.
Yeah.
like a
That's-
tongue almost, right? Kind of like
That's
it
basically
goes to
what
the floor.
I'm-
Okay. Okay.
That's basically what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
visualizing here.
I was trying to simplify it for you, but that's.
No,
better.
I need flavor though too. Okay.
Yeah, Like think of this room as very much being alive. It is trying to push him back out of itself.
Mm.
And I would say the back.
Almost like say the mouth of a creature.
Oh yeah, it could be like a tongue. The whole thing
Yeah.
could be a tongue.
Yeah.
I was thinking though would be.
Oh, and then the rope could be the little whatever that's in the back of the throat. What that's called?
Yeah, whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
What is that called?
I don't know. It's not your tonsil. I know that.
No,
No,
it's
that's it.
not. It starts
There's a
with a
word for
U.
it.
Give me a second. I'll
Yeah,
think
I
of
would
it.
say undulator or something.
Yeah,
The
something like
undulator.
that.
So I'm also thinking loud laughing noises in the background. Kind of like a fun
okay.
house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Loud laughing noises. Okay. Okay, let's see.
Like the Joker.
Yeah. I don't. I can't do a Joker laugh. I don't think, unfortunately. So sorry. Sorry, there we are.
No, that's
Just
okay.
say that it sounds like that rather than doing. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Fine, we'll
all right.
we'll just
all right.
pull it up on YouTube and play it. It's fine.
Aw, I took her voice. I was like, that's good. That's
None of,
fine.
basically-
none of us will sleep tonight.
For him, all he's got to do is roll, or does he have to describe stuff and everything? I mean,
He either does a flat roll or he describes something and tries to gain advantage in some way based on creativity. That's how that kind of generally works. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. That's basically it. You
So
got 30
we're going to
seconds
be
long.
doing all 5 of these back and forth, back and forth. Is that
Yep.
what we're doing?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
So
realize
as soon
that.
as I leave, you can start on the next one with her. So.
Yep.
Okay, and you're writing these down, so we
Yep.
don't have to keep track as much, right?
Yep.
I'm
Okay.
good. I'm keeping notes.
Good.
Okay.
Yep.
right.
This is fun. All right. Excellent. And I'm off the next one. Here you go.
Are you thinking?
I returned.
Well, hello.
Hello. Hello there.
Hi.
Hey.
Okay, I'm muting myself.
All right, what do we have for zone number 2, everybody? Well, everybody, give her.
Level 2. Let's see.
We have a
It's
level
gonna
4
be a level
guard.
4 guard.
Level 4 guard. Okay, well. Guard level 4. Interesting. Okay. And what does this look like? What is your guard?
What is the CR of a level 4 creature?
Doesn't matter.
Oh.
All what matters is how dangerous it feels. Level 4
going-
is really dangerous because it's almost maximum difficulty. So I mean, it'd have to be quite dangerous.
I think.
And it can be
think it's
anything at all. It doesn't need to be a real D&D monster. It can be literally whatever you want it to be.
Okay. How about a gargantuan toddler having a tantrum?
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Spirited Away.
Yeah.
Toddler.
Bow.
And he has to kill this toddler? Oh no.
Oh my god.
Well, he can do whatever he wants.
Well,
with
I
it.
mean, yeah, that just means a really heavy stealth check potentially. All right, it's interesting.
Oh, and maybe it has a puke attack or something.
Oh my gosh, they're in tantrum.
Oh, that's
so
good.
they're in tantrum and puking everywhere.
A puke spray.
Try to cover
Sanity
your
check.
clothes in like food and puke.
Yeah.
Puking everywhere. Just gross and nasty. All right. Okay, so like up in a high chair probably or something.
No, I
Typing-
think it's
no?
like just screaming everywhere. It's just running around, not paying attention to whatever is in front of it. It's just destroying everything in sight.
Smashing everything in sight. Okay, what does the room look like?
The room looks like let's say a giant living room.
Okay. What kind of living room? Modern living room? Like a fantasy living room? Like a sci-fi living room? What are you talking about here? Like,
Probably like is Victorian era living room a thing?
sure. Yeah. This is
All
the
right.
multiverse. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. So
Yeah.
Victorian era?
Actually, no. A Feywild based living room, like a Feywild, just the Feywild.
So a Feywild living room still, or just out in the woods?
It'll be a clue for the next dad joke, which will come next.
Okay, but again, is it a living room or is it just like out in like the woods, the Feywild?
Just out in the woods.
Okay. Okay. Out in the woods. And any ideas for what kinds of Feywild aspects you want to include? I'm not personally hugely familiar with lots of Feywild stuff, honestly.
I think it's pure. There's no logic to it. There's only emotion that's being felt.
Interesting.
Like I think most of the issues can be solved with emotion over brain.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
heart over brain.
Okay. I gotcha. And
Trippy stuff in this Feywild forest.
yeah,
Is there stuff?
any specific trippy kind of like components you want to include?
Like bright mushrooms or like trees that dance.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's like a giant forest and there's like one dancing tree. No, two. I'll be generous.
Oh, it's just Baby Groot. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And two dancing
It's
trees.
like a
Okay.
big tree and a small tree.
Okay.
Father and son.
Okay.
Aw. It's cute.
Interesting. So they're just dancing while this toddler runs around smashing everything in sight.
Maybe it smashes up the tree. That's the first thing the guy sees. He thinks it's two dancing trees, and then the baby comes out and destroys them.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
You got time still. So I mean,
All right.
How did they move on? I guess.
yeah. How do they move on to the next section? Basically, yeah.
Basically, there's two ways. You can either calm the baby or you can kill the baby. And if he does the latter, it'll just poof away.
Okay. Okay.
Probably turning into a door.
The baby will turn into a door.
Oh,
Like what's
interesting.
left is a door, at least. Like it
That's interesting.
pops out a door.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to contend that with. It has to be a stealth check. That's the opposite thing. It can't be like a persuasion check because that's how guards work for the category.
Yeah.
So
it could also be Actually, no. It could be a door that is on the other end of the forest, and
what if
basically he can either.
What if? Sorry.
He can,
what if you put the door on the back of the baby?
oh, that's
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah.
In his diaper.
Or you had, if it had like a large rattle, you could have like the rattle be a door or something.
Maybe it's like in one of those.
I was
Maybe
thinking
it's on one
I
of
was
the
thinking of
trees.
Psychonauts where they have the little door they put in the back of people's head to go into their brains, whatever. I think you just put it like in the back of the baby, like the back of their back is an actual door, like to open up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because then if you kill them, they fall over on their face, then you can just go through the door, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or if you
that's
if you think
fair.
around, you can stealthily potentially get into the door from behind them or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Uh,
Y'all come with some weird shit, and I love it. All right.
Most of it's coming off the spot. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that's why that's great. Like that's why I gave you guys timers and whatnot. People come up with wild stuff when they're under pressure. All right. Anything else? You have less than a minute. This is great. I just want to make sure there's nothing else you want to include on this.
Let's have if I think that's it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wonderful. No, absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Moving on to the next people. I'll be back. I've returned.
All right.
Must be.
Zone 3, guys. What do you got?
Okay, so Zone 3 is going to be another guard.
Okay. Which
DC
tier?
2.
Okay. Tier 2 guard.
Tier
Okay.
2.
Mhm.
Yep. Okay, so this is going to be like a graveyard, like a haunted graveyard, and there's going to be like two specters that he has to get through.
2 specters. Okay.
In terms of
go ahead.
mechanics, that's all there is to it.
Right.
I'd say that there's like a mist at the crawling around the so that it's kind of spooky and stuff. Well, I'm kind of into spooky right now, aren't I?
Right? Happened to Nomad.
I don't know why. Yeah.
No, we're basically building a fun house. That is what we're doing.
That's
what
true.
we're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
A greenish mist, I guess. Smells like sulfur. Or rotten egg. Yeah, rotten eggs is sulfur, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. It's how about if it's raining?
Okay. Raining what?
Just rain.
Okay.
Um,
And where are they trying to get to?
That's what I was wondering. We don't know enough about what's going on. Where are
So
they trying to get to?
I did need some sort of exit point, and it can
just
be a door, a portal. It can just be
Yeah.
like it can be simple, or you could be like, oh, go into like the mausoleum, or like
Yeah,
whatever you
like-
want it to be.
Oh, I see.
An empty mausoleum with
Okay.
some stairs leading down. Possibly a couple of them, so that they need to take a second to figure out which of the mausoleums. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say there's 2 specters, each one's guarding a mausoleum, and only one of them. That's not a DC2 probably though.
no,
Um,
that might be too much.
Well, maybe both
Oh.
of them actually do, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that would probably be more the spirit of, like, they both actually lead out. It just looks like, oh god, I have to make a
Right.
choice, but actually they just both lead out.
Okay. There are 2 of them options. Front of them. Okay. Anything else in terms of flavor for like the specters or about the environment or whatnot that you want to include?
Is there,
Hmm.
can
Well-
they look like anybody important from Giver's background?
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't think no one would be able to do that.
No.
Well, true, he wouldn't know.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh.
I don't want to do the baby
They
thing
could look
again.
like other members of the Horsemen, though.
Those are people you know. That's true.
Yep. That's true.
Okay. So a spectral version of who? There's only 2 of them. You can make, honestly, it doesn't matter how many there are, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can make as many you want. So you could just do all of them if you wanted to.
All of yeah, spectral members of all the other
sure.
horsemen.
Okay. That's
Okay, so
fine.
4. It'd be
Yep.
4 Spectre because Giver's the 5th,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So there's 4 options then, or you're gonna do 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Okay.
What do you mean by 2 and 2? Oh, 2 and
pair of
1.
the specters.
and-
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's gonna be 2 mausoleum options, right? And then you have
Yeah,
2 horsemen
okay,
in front of
yeah.
each. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah. That's good.
Okay.
Not the baby in this one. That might be too much.
No, that's too much. Yeah.
Hold on. Horsemen, specters. 2 horsemen.
Are we doing okay here with creativity, or are the other guys
Yeah.
even more creative?
There's some wild stuff in both of you guys, so I mean, like.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Okay. That's fine. Anything else you want to include? You have a minute left.
Oh.
Pretty happy with that one.
Yep. I was just thinking as they go down. Oh, do we have a question for him? Okay. So about the challenge thing,
Mhm.
give us some sort of a hint as to what.
I think
mean, we're
I think
thinking
I have I think I have an idea for that. Actually, I
Why
think
don't you? Can you throw it at him for a second, just see if he's going to say no before?
Sure.
So we-
You got
I'm
less than a
I'm
minute.
really leaning into this like funhouse idea. So if I had like a hall of mirrors
Mm-hmm.
and he had to figure out which one was giving him the correct reflection, like arcana, like using an arcana skill to figure out which of his reflections was going to let him pass.
Oh.
Would
Okay.
that count as a challenge?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it can also be a trap too, because that's also a perception. Well, hold on. I know it's on. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that could be a challenge. Or
Yeah,
a
I
challenge.
don't want it to hurt him. I want him to have to like
I would say. What I would say is make it more magic-y.
yeah,
And-
yeah,
and
yeah,
then-
yeah.
but yes.
I'm still building it, but like
That's fine.
that's my
That's
base
fine.
idea.
Yeah, that's my suggestion. Make it more magic-y in nature, and
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
that
yeah.
I would count. Yes.
Okay.
All right, that's your time.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
All right, bye. All right, I've returned. This is getting fun. All right.
Yeah.
Alrighty, zone 3, guys. What do you got?
We got another dad joke challenge, but this one's level 2.
Okay, so this is going to be a challenge tier 2, possibly. I'll hear it out first, though. Dad joke. Okay. What's
Okay.
your dad joke?
What do you call a 1,000-year-old fae? A millennial. And
Man, that's just fun.
yeah, and
Hold on.
guess
I'm trying to spell this. Any-elf. There we go. Okay. Okay.
yeah, instead of AL, it's ELF.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think you might also want to make that like, what do you call like I don't think like a young person fae, like but like trying to like play off the millennial thing a little more. I don't know. Up to you. You
Technically,
don't have to.
millennials aren't young.
Well,
or
that's
the
that's
youngest.
true. We're not anymore. That's true. We're not anymore. So I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not fun anymore. What's the most depressed fae you can find? No. That's fine.
What was the second youngest generation of L? Or what's the second youngest generation of Fae?
Yeah, that's not like a yeah. No, I think yours works.
Year-old Fae works.
Okay,
Yeah, that works. That works. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
going to. We pictured that the world is going to be like a bunch of boggles, which are like oily, grimy Fae creatures. They're just in a lunch cafeteria, probably messing up their clothing with food, and they're just staring at Nomad.
Hey. Hello.
But it's like chaos of foods and liquids and oil and grime.
Okay. Yeah.
that I
Okay.
think he has to pass through to get through.
And they're probably soiling their clothes either by existing or by eating.
And processing what they've eaten.
Yeah.
They're soiled.
Hold on.
How much can we traumatize Nomad by the end of this?
Out of the way.
Do they act like monkeys and throw poo at people?
And I'll say they're probably like red herrings to the actual answer.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, because okay. because they're not really like they're Fae,
Mhm.
but they're not like the traditional Fae, and your answer is like elf-like. So yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So the exit's just like a cafeteria door, right? Like,
Mhm. Yeah.
or do you want to make it different?
I want to say like this one will. It's like, I picture like a portal that shows up once the word millennial is spoken, and
Okay.
also the boggles do not. They don't talk because their mouths are full.
They have to be able to talk to give the riddle, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking of paper again.
I
a
mean,
paper
you
with-
have people here or ish, so you should
I
probably
guess,
have.
yeah.
Like you can just like say it and then
They
like
could
then
write
like.
it in their
You
slop.
also have,
On
Oh.
oh yeah,
Oh.
they could hand like a
Oh
you
no!
could hand like a soup or something to him at the beginning, and it's like alphabet soup, and it like has the riddle.
yeah.
Like the
Ooh.
noodles.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And an eyeball pops up in it.
Alphabet soup spells out
Yeah.
a riddle.
Maybe
Okay.
that turns into the portal. Like then that swirls when the answer's said.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You gotta like put his finger into the into the soup. Here's in a bowl of a soup. And said that aloud. Okay. Nice. Okay. Anything else you wanted to include in this?
I think that's it.
I need to Google boggle real quick.
Huh?
I need to Google what a boggle looks like real quick. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to send it to
I got it. It's like a Smeagol with a giant head. And
Yeah.
like,
you? Yeah.
yeah, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Just oily.
Could he get
dirty
clues
little
by
creatures.
drinking the soup and getting explosive diarrhea?
Oh no! Oh no! This is like the Horcrux, right? From
Yes.
Deathly Hollows. Like, oh jeez.
Yeah.
If he does eat the soup, maybe he does get bowel movements, or
Okay.
it just upsets his stomach. And if we want to give him an answer or a hint in the middle of by him pooping it out, we could say it.
Just
We
poop
could
with all the
give him
answer?
like it could be like it could just be the word elf, like he poops out the word elf after eating the soup.
What the fuck am I hearing?
All right. Well, that's
I
all the
think I'm
time you
getting
have.
traumatized.
That's all the time you have, unfortunately for all of us. But unfortunately for all of us. All right. That's okay. All right. I'll be back.
That's the one that is going
Yep.
to get him out of here. I love that.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh no. They got a good one, huh?
I just don't even. I think you guys are getting both more creative and more horrible at the same time. I love it. Anyways, what's your
Okay.
fourth?
We're good people, Trevor. Don't forget it.
I doubt that now entirely.
Uh-huh.
All right. What's your next one? Number 4.
Okay. Our next one is our DC 5 challenge.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
So tier.
Right. So DC 5 is a
challenge.
challenge. Right.
Yeah.
All right. What's your super difficult challenge?
Okay. So first of all, it's going to be Arcana.
Yep.
Okay.
Or history, but I would say Arcana, I guess. We don't want to give them a choice, right?
Yeah. No, you should give them one option possible. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a bunch of mirrors, and he's got in one of the mirrors is a teleporter kind of thing that takes you out, where he needs to go to the next
Mhm.
stage or whatever. Okay.
Okay.
He has to determine which mirror is the right one. Now, each mirror has a symbol on it, and the symbols are, how the schools of magic each have a symbol?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are ancient runes which aren't exactly the same as schools of magic now. So this is before the schools were actually developed.
Okay. So like a
And-
precursor.
Right. So each rune is a little different on each of the mirrors, and all of them are actually illusion. They're all illusion symbols, but they all look different.
Okay.
But one of them has a smidgen of conjuration in it, and the one that has a smidgen of conjuration is the teleporter, and he's got to determine which one of those is the one with a smidgen of conjuration in it in the symbol. So think of like kanji symbols. You know,
Mhm.
the Chinese symbols.
And
He's
this
got to
is
figure out which
basically
one.
a timeline of the evolution of the runes of this school. So
Oh,
it's like the
okay.
very, very earliest runes of illusion, and as they've evolved through time, different people have inscribed different, but still illusion. So they have enough similarity to them that you can see the relationship, but they are still all a slightly different
So
rune.
my question is, why does the correct one have a little bit of conjuration in it? Is that the most
Because-
recent one,
That's the
or
most recent one, the one that the person.
okay?
It's kind of with the assumption that people kept making these, and like the latest maker got trapped and had to
Yeah,
give
I guess
himself
so,
an
yeah.
out. Basically, it's basically the janitor's door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But basically, we're still going with like that funhouse feel. So he's walking
Right,
in,
we're
and it's
trying to do
like
the
that
fun house, right?
that hall of mirrors. So each of them is going to have a reflection of himself in different moments of his life.
Oh, so each of the mirrors gives a different reflection. Okay.
Yeah. So that's another
Okay.
kind of clue maybe that he could use. I don't know enough about Giver to really give that flavor, but if there's especially like different moments of his life,
How many
kind of
mirrors are there?
I'm gonna. This is a pretty
Well,
high DC.
I wasn't sure what.
Yeah.
I want to.
I mean, because you're not going to be drawing them out anyway. Does it matter?
I need to know how many versions of Giver I need to know.
Yeah, I don't.
So-
I don't
Oh
want to
no,
give you.
I don't think. No, I don't.
I don't
okay,
want to give
but
you
the-
too many, but I do want to make this hard. Would 7 be unreasonable?
No.
Okay.
Okay, and there. It's
Also,
not like
I need to
different-
know what
You
I
can't
need.
just look at who's the oldest giver and then he would know.
Yeah, no,
right? That's not how it works.
No,
right?
are these different versions throughout his history, or different alternate reality versions of himself?
I'd say alternate realities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reality versions. Giver. Why couldn't he just go through all of them?
Only one of them
Only one of them
is a door.
is
The rest of them are
right, but
just
why
an
couldn't he
illusion.
just try all of them?
because they don't work.
Is there
until,
is there
oh,
a
he's gotta
penalty?
do-
Is there a penalty, or is there
I'm gonna say
like
unless you. Yeah, both.
you know what I mean?
I'd love it if there was both a penalty for guessing wrong, and unless you activate the correct runes.
Well, he's going to have to roll to figure out whether he knows the right one. He's not actually really guessing, right?
But
Correct.
we have to
Correct.
incentivize him
Yeah.
to guess.
So-
Well, it's mostly flavor. I just want to know, like,
yeah.
you know,
I
why
would,
that is.
I would love it if like thinking like a video game puzzle where you're like lighting torches on fire kind of idea. If you do it in
Mhm.
the wrong order, fire trap.
Okay.
So you have to for flavor. If he passes the check, obviously he just kind of knows. But say he has to like
Ooh,
activate
hold on.
the runes in the correct order,
Okay, hold on.
and if he
What I'm going to do as the punishment is each of the alternate reality versions of Giver are versions of him that have already done this puzzle and failed and got trapped
Okay.
there.
Okay. It's
Okay.
there you go. Yep.
All did this puzzle before and failed. So they're gonna be like
Yeah.
banging on the glass and like
and trying to get out.
yeah.
Yeah.
So do you tell them what their check is going to be? How does that work?
No.
You say this is an Arcana check.
Oh yeah. I
Okay,
do.
good,
I don't give them the
good,
DC,
good.
but I tell them what the check is. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna
Otherwise
have
we will be
yeah.
here all night.
Oh yeah, exactly. All right, that is your time. Very good. All right, you'd have one more
One to
zone, and
go,
then
right?
one zone, and then treasure room.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back. Alrighty, I have returned, and this is going to be zone number 4. What do you got for me?
Okay, we got a level 3 trap.
Trap tier 3. Okay, and what is your trap?
Okay, so it is so hallway leads to a crib room where Aggie is
Nursery.
a nursery. Yeah, it's basically there. It looks Aggie's kind of fussy trying to get to sleep, and there's a sign that says "Rockabye Baby." She's currently in like a rocking thing, and basically he has to. I think he winds like a a thing that makes noise and it causes the dogs to bark, so he has to make an animal handling check to calm the dogs, or she gets more fussy and things start floating and things get harder for the animal handling check.
Okay. Trying to think how logistically. Okay, so I don't know if-
about the last part.
I don't know if winding the thing necessarily makes sense, or there's just already animals there that he has
There's
to
already
tame.
animals there.
Right,
What
he
I
has to
mean is,
tame to like the dogs are already
the-
agitated. You have
The
to calm them
rockabye
down.
thing is what, like a music box or something that causes the dogs to trigger. I don't know if that makes.
I think you mean.
Am I making?
Yeah, you make sense. I'm trying to. I'm trying to give it two different checks too, right? If we're aiming for an animal handling check, I want to make sure that it kind of starts off with it being a clear animal handling check right off the bat. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I'd say that animal handling check to put the baby to sleep too.
That's true, right? Okay, that's fair. So I could just give him an animal handling check to try and put the baby back to sleep. Okay. Okay, so.
So I guess there's either solution you could do. And I think the dogs are like running around and teleporting and barking a lot to the noise.
Yeah, because they're blink hounds. I forgot to mention that.
Okay, blink hounds running around.
And you could just
Sweet.
have them bark even louder when there's more like, the more sound there is, like the more fussy she gets and things are floating and she's crying, like then they get louder. And if like it starts to quiet down, like so it makes it clear, like, you need to quiet them down.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. How does he progress to the next area from here?
I see that once she sleeps, a demonic portal shows up, or diabolic.
Okay. Where?
Probably in the middle of the room.
What does it look like?
Basically, she starts sucking her thumb, and with that, she just points at the middle of the room, and a red portal appears.
Okay, so
Like
she
she's
summons
sleeping.
it. Okay.
Yeah, she summons it. She is a patron after all.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Cool.
Okay. Okay, so trying to think what else we can add to this that makes sense logistically here. Rockabye baby. I mean, the sign says rockabye baby, so that's pretty clear that you need to put the baby to sleep. Okay. And the blink hounds are a bunch of. Good.
You could also have when they walk in, like the baby's about to go to sleep, and then like through a dog door or something, all these dogs come in and start barking and wake the baby up, and then it starts wailing.
Oh, the baby was
Really
asleep. Okay.
It's like sound is what you need to stop. You need to stop the barking.
Okay, so we'll say that the baby was asleep and the portal was open, and she wakes up. It's woken up by dogs.
We're, like,
And
barking.
then the portal goes away. Portal goes away, and she has to be put back to sleep. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's
I
a pretty
think that makes
clear,
it
linear.
Sort of clearer.
Yeah, it's a pretty clear like A to B kind of scenario. I think
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay. Any additional flavor you wanted to add to this for the environment?
Maybe there's like toys that can be slipped on.
Okay. Yeah. Make round. Okay.
How
Yeah.
is the multiple like rounds for these gonna work?
They'll just be repeating the same check,
The same
basically.
check?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. And they'll be stuck there until they succeed or hit 0 points. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. That's time. I will return for Zone 5 design, and then we'll do Treasure Room. All right. Here we go.
And basically,
All right.
okay.
I'm back.
You there?
I am
Maybe here.
here. All right. So
All right.
your 5th zone design. What do we got?
Bring in the clowns.
Okay,
we're
which-
gonna have
what-
clowns.
Is this a guard?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a guard.
Which tier?
DC 2.
DC2.
Okay. All right. Clown. Okay, continue. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're on vehicles, like little tricycles and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
They have mallets
Okay.
and
Yeah. This is the center ring of the big top. They've
Okay.
reached the center
Yeah.
stage, and the clowns have taken over the circus.
Okay.
So they're all on tiny little tricycles. They're in tiny little push cars. They have
right.
giant mallets and baseball bats and cream pies and things of that nature.
Okay.
And there's laughter in the background like there was in the first one. But
Okay.
not I don't think it'd be
that's the
baby
third-
laughter though.
No.
was it
This
the
is
third?
this is like the third one where there's
Is it
just
the
like
third one?
Joker
Yeah.
laughter everywhere.
Yeah, Joker laughter is what I was
But the
thinking.
entire audience is his baby watching him.
Oh, geez. Okay.
That's it, right. Cheering him on.
No,
cheer-
booing him.
Or not.
Booing him.
Yeah.
Booing him. Well, we can't control what the baby does, right?
Well,
No, but I think that
Oh,
makes booing
okay.
much more likely.
yeah.
Okay.
High crowd are copies of Aggie booing him. Okay. Okay. What's the exit point?
Just the flap of the tent.
Okay.
Yep.
Right, because this is a
Yep.
guard, so it could be stealth through,
This is-
or it can be bludgeoned away
yeah,
through. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Um,
they could either there will be enough cover from like bleachers and things like that that he can.
So he has a choice
Realistically-
between stealth and trying to do damage?
Yep.
And how does the damage work? If he has a single target damage, it just split between them all, or does he have to shoot just one of them? Or
It's a total HP pool total. So yeah.
yeah. So
don't worry about it. Yeah.
Quick question about treasure. Do we
Yeah.
have to rank them 1 through 5? Do we have to have one of each?
Yes.
Yeah. How does that work? So we
Well-
have 5 treasures, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so we're not like saying we don't have a pool to work
Nope.
from. It's just
No,
one,
just
two,
1
three,
through 5.
Okay.
Yep.
5. Okay,
Yep.
We
no
try to
problem.
come up with 5 treasures. Okay, and we're doing that next, right?
Yep. That's the next thing you're gonna do. You have 5 minutes, same amount of time with everything else. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yep. All right.
Okay.
Any additional questions? You got time. So. Or any additional stuff you want to add to the clowns too?
Right.
Like have how there would usually be like a spotlight?
Mm-hmm.
Have it just like swinging wildly. So like there's a random pool of light.
Well, and there should be music playing in the background.
Off tune.
Okay, off tune.
Right.
Off tune. Creepy circus music.
Just every nightmare you've ever had about a circus.
Okay. All right.
This is the worst circus ever that we have designed.
Are these clowns clearly evil clowns, or are they just
Oh,
normal looking clowns?
So evil. So evil.
Well, but they have big smiles on their faces like clowns do.
Sorry, are we suggesting there are non-evil clowns in the
Well,
world?
But
are
when you
these
look-
are these clowns with chainsaws with
No,
like
no,
blood
no,
on
they
them,
have,
or are they
like-
just
No,
okay?
No,
That's what I'm
they have
asking.
like giant rubber-looking hammers.
rubber mallets, right? They don't
Yeah.
look bad. From
Well,
Giant
I was just saying.
baseball
No, I know. I was just saying,
cream
like logistically, do they look scary, like murder clowns, or they just
If
look
that
like?
doesn't terrify
they
you,
look
I
like.
don't know what will.
Okay,
Okay.
wait. They look like I want to say pedophiles. You know the.
Oh my
You know what I
gosh!
mean?
Okay, that's a
the-
very
Yes,
dark turn
yes.
considering that. Okay.
Well, the ones that, but they're.
I know what you mean.
they're
I know what
creepy,
you
but
mean.
they don't. If you look at them, there's nothing wrong with them. But you
Yeah.
just got that sense that they're
Yeah,
not
like
that they're not safe to be with.
they're a clown.
Yes, you don't
Well,
trust
Yeah.
clouds. Remember, how many
I'm putting
clowns
the note
actually-
that I'm putting the note that the clowns look like pedophiles, and you said it, and it's happening. So
Okay, fine.
it's just, I mean,
It's okay, Pop. I know what you meant.
no, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
like,
not going to
Hey.
turn on you like your son is.
no, I think it's entertaining and also very creepy. So
Trying to be
yeah,
creepy.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't like creepy stuff. I don't know where this is coming from.
Well, you're trying to damage your opponent, so you're giving them
Yeah.
things that you don't like. That makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Guess so. Yeah.
All right, all
You're
right.
creating the world's worst haunted house, like fun house slash
So
circus.
for our treasures, we're gonna come up with things that are at a carnival that prizes.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be
Ember, you
carnival
need all 5 by next time, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll be back. All right.
Whatever.
And we're on to zone 5 for you guys. What are you guys doing?
We are doing a level 5. Wait, let me check. It's
Yeah.
a
It's a
level 5 guard.
Level 5 guard. Okay, so guard tier 5. All right, what are we looking like? What do you have for a tier 5 guard? I'm curious.
So he enters into the Chimera headquarters.
Oh.
And basically, he sees like one person get passed in, like basically this lady at the front is like stamping someone's approval to enter through a portal. Then she looks at him, at Nomad, and then goes, "You do not have an appointment," in a scary voice, and then just basically initiates combat with him with just trying to stamp his face as a melee attack, maybe throwing letters or throwing files as like range weapons, even like explosive infernal contracts.
Ooh.
And once she's defeated, she will have a stamp that her stamp will be dropped, and as he picks it up, it says pass, and then he just needs to stamp a paper, and the portal will open again.
Okay. Okay, so it's the pass stamp to be dropped.
Because I forgot to mention this, but the stamp changes to denied or something, or like words that don't say pass every time he's stamped.
Okay. And remember, this is also a potential stealth if he doesn't choose combat, right? So the goal is to get the
So
pass
you could just
stamp.
steal the stamp.
Right.
You could just steal the pass one after seeing the first person go through. And you see pass on the piece of paper.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say that probably she has to say, you don't have an appointment, right? And then he has to decide if he's going to, brute force his way through or try and sneak, right? Well, actually, they had a hand to steal the stamp, technically. I guess he would just need to try and sneak through without the stamp. So he either needs to defeat her to get the stamp or just sneak through, basically, right? To get through. Okay. So what would make this a super challenging stealth check, I guess, is the question, too.
You could have her at the desk, and it's either... So at the beginning, you, see her there, and he either has to choose stealth or combat. If he chooses stealth, then he has to just sneak by, grab the stamp, and get out.
If he fails combat, if he fails stealth, can he initiate combat?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, then maybe there's like a secret, and there's like a secret hallway to another portal that's behind a bunch of security monitors or cameras. And if he gets caught, that initiates combat with the secretary.
Okay. Cameras in the area. Covering space. Okay, so that explains why it's a difficult stealth check if there's a bunch of security cameras everywhere. What do the security cameras look like at Chimera headquarters?
They look like baby cams, modern day baby cams.
Okay. Let's see. Baby cam surveillance.
It could also be like visible scrying points if fantasy. Let's make them visible eyeball, like squishy eyeballs.
Squishy eyeballs? You want them eyeballs?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Giant.
How's he gonna know that he can stealth through that?
Well, I'll prompt him basically.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'll let him know hey, this is the area, and your objective is at the end of it, and you need to figure out what the best way to do that. You can fight your way through, or you can try and sneak around. I'll let him know.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, everybody will be pretty clearly prompted as to what checks this is going to entail, right?
Okay.
For all their stuff, so they know what their options are and whatnot. Especially for the guards, where they have 2 options to choose from, right? So okay, but they don't get to know what tier it is, so they don't know how difficult it is, right? Because that would be kind of a giveaway. So, okay. Anything else about? What did the lady look like?
She looks like a tiefling she looks like an archdevil with judge robes and a tied up gray bun.
Judge robe.
Like a giant tiefling, like an archdevil.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. I like it. All right, you got a minute left. Anything else you want to add to this? We have a what is the I guess what does the entryway here kind of look like? What does Chimera headquarters like look like in terms of like its space? Like, is this like super modern? And there's these squishy eyeballs everywhere. So like, and this is like the place where like all like the demon children come. So like, it can't be super
Yeah.
like pleasant looking. So what does it look like?
It's like unnaturally clean hallways.
Huh. Okay.
At least at least the hallways, not the children areas.
Right. Right. Okay. So it's like so it's kind of like Stranger Things a little bit. How like they're kept in like those like kind of like white, kind of like clean rooms and whatnot, and then you get to like the weird shit. Okay.
Yeah, and then it gets to like a front desk area.
Okay. Rich area. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. That's time. And next up for you is going to be treasure room items. So you need to devise 5 items, tiers 1 through 5, only 1 per tier, and 1 being the lowest valued item, and 5 being the most valued item. Okay, that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I will return. I'll be right back.
3.
All right, I have
Exception
returned.
of a crit, you could do 106 points of damage.
No,
with
it's
that.
not a crit. It's a
Okay, timer
right.
started.
All right.
okay.
What do you got?
So
Start with tier 1 down to 5. So what's your first item?
a 6'4" teddy bear.
6'4" inches? Okay.
Yeah.
So we lost audio during this section because of Discord nonsense, but basically all that happens is that Omega Corps finishes off their item selection, and then we go off into the sanity check rolling for the teams as we start the first official round. So going into that now. I don't think either of you are going to have any problem with this, but we'll take the sanity checks. You have extremely high sanity. Okay, You're both fine, and you survive the Rickroll. It does not phase you whatsoever, which is fantastic for you, and sad for me. Alrighty, we're moving on to the first challenge, the first zone. I believe that coin flip went to Omega Corp, so they'll go first. So you pull up. Oh, where's my notes on this? There we go. Okay, it's his givers. Okay, so. Let me check something real quick. Yes, okay. All right, Nomad, you arrive at your first zone, and it is a room in which there is a table in the center of the room, and on that table is a piece of paper. Behind that table is the door that denotes your exit, and over the door of that exit, there is 4 dash marks. On the piece of paper, on the table in front of you, there is words. And off in the corner as well, there is a very small robotic creature. Actually, I would say the one that you're probably fairly familiar with, actually. It reminds you a lot of, Captain Sevens.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep.
Only you here remember that, I'm pretty sure. Nomad. It has
But
that
it just
kind of
reminds me of that.
it reminds you.
Not him.
It's not actually Captain Sevens.
Okay.
You're pretty sure. That'd be weird if he was here, right? It's not moving, but it appears to be alive in some way. And so you pick up the piece of paper, and on the piece of paper is the following. What does a baby Warforged call his father? And you have 5 minutes to answer. What does a baby Warforged call his father?
Okay. And I'm supposed to just come up with ideas, or what am I supposed to do here?
Supposed to answer the question.
Um,
There are 4 dash marks over the top of the door frame you're supposed to exit through.
okay, and there's a Captain Seven, or there's a little Captain Sevens guy there, right?
Yes. A
So can I just
small Warforged.
Can I just
Yes.
go up to him and say, "What do you call your daddy?"
So the Warforged tilts its head and puts its thumb into its mouth.
Okay. And there's 4 dashes above what now?
Above the door.
Okay.
It's also replicated at the bottom of the piece of paper.
Okay. Dash, 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 dash. That's all I got, huh?
That's all you got.
Okay. So, not sure where I'm supposed to go here.
It's supposed to answer the question.
Oh, are the letters, or sorry, are the lines on vertically or horizontally to each other?
Horizontally.
Oh, okay.
Like a hangman's thing. Right.
Oh, okay.
A game of
So-
hangman, that is. Not the actual hangman.
Okay. Like Papa, right? So do I ask for a check or something? I thought these were supposed to imply.
You have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to answer the question. If you can't, then your character gets an intelligence check
Oh,
with,
okay. I didn't know how it worked.
with disadvantage. Because
Oh,
if
okay, I
you
didn't know
solve
how
it,
that-
you don't have to do a check, and you don't get disadvantage. So you have 3 minutes.
Forged, call his father.
What does a baby warforged call his father? Yes, or its father, I guess.
Yeah.
We don't need to gender the.
Daddy, dad, pod, daddy. D2D2.
Does not work, unfortunately.
I'm really terrible at these.
Well, they've chosen wisely then, I think.
Yeah. I'm assuming it's 4 letters. I don't know much about Warforged, but
You don't have to.
um,
I made sure that nothing like this is going to be super, like, specialized knowledge.
Dart.
Dart?
Trap. I'm just
Okay, that's
kind
fine.
of speaking out loud.
Yeah, go ahead. It's fine.
DAPA. Pod. Call his father. Pops, stops.
One minute.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it.
You want to call it?
Yeah, it's not worth it. Not worth your time. There's
Okay.
no way I'm gonna get that.
It's okay.
Okay.
All right. Give me an intelligence check with disadvantage.
Just plain intelligence?
Plain intelligence.
Okay. Oh, there we go. 6.
You don't know. You're stumped. Okay. So you are stuck here until the next turn, unfortunately.
And then what
Uh,
happens? I got to do it again?
You got to do it again. So you can be thinking in the meantime if you wish to.
You're kidding. You mean I just have to keep doing? I'm okay.
Yeah, or you can call it and do another intelligence check with disadvantage next time. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let me see. This tier 1 score is going to be, I'm going to put negative 10 for now. Okay. And we will come back to that for the next one. So, all right. So, Giver, you arrive in your first zone, and there it is, a underground lair surrounded by lava, and there's a singular path through the center, although you think you might be able to skirt around the outside on the rocks if you're very careful and you're very quiet. In the center of this lava, though, is a blue drake, and it is holding a lightning rod. And around this blue drake, there are cages hanging from the ceiling over these pits of lava. And in these cages, you see that there are skeletons of children. And beside the drake, there is a pile of burned pacifiers. And as the drake sits there, kind of muttering to itself, it sounds like a crying baby. You can choose to go through the drake, or you can choose to go around the drake.
I'm gonna try and stealth around the drake, maybe checking the rocks carefully before I put my feet on them, just to make sure to see how sturdy they are.
Okay. Very good. All right, so I'm going to need you to give me a stealth check as you try and skirt around very carefully through this volcanic rock area.
All right. 14.
Okay. Let me double check something. Okay. All right. You are able to very carefully sneak around the rocky area of this lair and not disturb any of the cages that are hanging that would definitely give away your position. And you're able to make your way to the other side and out the cave exit safely.
I just mutter the word. Disturbed mine.
All right, so let me go ahead and on my notes real quick and denote your score. Let's see. This is going to be down here. All right, so that is a 50-point score for Zone 1. All right, so now we're on to the second tier here. The second set of rounds. So I'm going to go ahead and roll my Fire in the Hole and my Aura Insanity. So Fire in the Hole is a D10. Let's see where it lands. So I need to make a notation real quick of what position everybody is in. So Giver is... Hold on. Giver is on position 7. Yes. And Nomad is in position 1. Okay. Wait, hold on. That's backwards. That's backwards. I'm sorry. That is backwards. I'm sorry about that. That's 1 and 7. So Giver's in position... No, that's not right. Hold on. No. He's in position 2. He moved on.
Yeah, wouldn't it be
Giver's
in 2?
Giver's in position 2, and Nomad is in position 6. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm rolling the D10 now, and see what we get. And that is a 6. Nomad. Oh, dear. Okay. You're not having a good luck at times here. All right, so let me find my Fire in the Hole. So you get hit by a cannonball while thinking about the answer to this riddle. And you take a single turn's loss in points. But that's it. So nothing else otherwise affects you, but you lose points, basically, as you are recovering from this. It basically breaks your concentration entirely as you're trying to think up the answer to this riddle. And so put your score there. Okay. And next we have the D4 for the insanity. And no insanity takes place. The Rickroll disc is stuck in the player, unfortunately. It isn't playing. All right, so we're back to Nomad, back in position Zone 1. I will go ahead and redo the prompt so you know what it is, and I will start the timer, and you can choose to use your time, or you can choose to forfeit and roll the intelligence check with disadvantage. So the prompt is, what does a baby Warforged call its father?
What about Data or data.
Ah, as you say the words aloud, they inscribe in fire on the top of the door frame, and the door opens in front of you. And you step through and move your way onto the next position. All right, you have succeeded and are moving forward with a 30-point total on that one. Because it was 50 down by 20 once for the failure last turn, and then another one for the cannonball to your face, unfortunately.
Do I
Yep.
keep track of, or do I just keep track of Giver's score?
I think you have both just in case. Right.
Okay, so what right now is the score?
Giver got 50 on zone 1, and
Yeah, I got that.
Nomad got 30 on zone 1.
Okay.
All right, Giver, you're moving into zone 2 here, which is going to be Nomad's design. Okay. Yep. Okay. So, Giver, you enter into this fun house that has this creepy, slick and oily, undulating living floor that seems to be actively trying to spit you out and get you to not be able to pass through it. On the opposite end is the door you need to progress through, but it is past this horrible mass that is gross and slippery, and it looks like almost like a tongue, and you need to pass over this in order to get to that door. However, at that thing that I don't know what it's called, which is, Kathy, did you get me the name of that thing? Back of the throat?
I've been putting in work here. Hold on.
Uvula.
Okay.
Uvula. Thank you.
Uvula, thank you.
Yeah.
Someone do. Yes, it is a rope slash uvula at the top. It dangles below. There appears to be a lockbox that has a shut-off switch that you would have to try and break into and pick the lock of in order to try and do that in order to make it possibly stop. You're hoping. As you are surveying this scene, there is this horrifying, hideous laughter that kind of echoes through the chamber from from all around you, basically, because you're pretty inside of some sort of being. So you have the option of doing an acrobatics check to try and cross the floor, or climbing up the rope or uvula and doing a sleight of hand check to try and open up the lockbox and get the shutoff valve.
I would like to try the sleight of hand check.
Okay. Very
Could
good.
we do a thieves tools, or would that give advantage for trying to open this lockbox?
Uh,
So
That's
it's locked.
true.
does he have a proficiency with thieves tools?
Yeah, he
I
does.
have proficiency, yes.
Normally, what it means is you're not doing it with disadvantage.
I'll give you a +1 on your roll. No, it's not much.
All right.
All right. But better than nothing. And I need to
Yeah,
go look up the DC real quick.
19. So dirty 20 plus 1 is 21.
21.
Wow.
Whew.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. You slide up this very slippery, slick, and very gross thing hanging down from the ceiling, and you make your way up to this lockbox that is embedded into the flesh, and you pull out your thieves' tools, and you get to work on it, and you manage to unlock the device and pull the lever inside. That isn't really a lever; it's more like a bone. You kind of pull down, and then you slide down, and the floor settles, and you make your way to the back. And you have succeeded in your check. I'm going to go ahead and assign you as 50 points to Gryffindor. And that is the end of the round. Yes. Okay. So now we're back up to fire in the hole. I need to assign positions. Giver is at position 3. And Nomad is at position 7. So I'm rolling my D10. Hit position 10, which does not affect either of you. And then this insanity, also nothing happens to get on insanity either. So we're on to Nomad's next zone, which Giver designed, and this is going to be. Make sure I get. This is zone 2. Yes. Okay. All right. So as you enter into this, as you pass through the last door and you enter into what doesn't appear to be a room at all, it appears to be an actual and entire environment, and you have stepped foot into the Feywild. And as you pass through the door, and the door behind you disappears, and in front of you, you see that there are 2 happy dancing trees, one big, one small, and they are kind of just jamming out to some music you can't hear, but can kind of feel in the ground a little bit. And as there's like this kind of like rocking like sensation in the floor, kind of like jitters everything. And as you look at confused at these 2 trees that are dancing, figuring out as to how they would possibly be your challenge here. They are crashed into and shattered by the thing that was the source of the thumps that were causing the music, which is a giant gargantuan toddler. And this toddler is running around and screaming and puking everywhere, and just throwing dirty bits of food and smashing everything in sight. These little tree people fly in and are just smashed into little splinters. And as it's running around and kind of just screaming, you see that like as it turns around, you can see that there is a door on its back. And that is the door you need to get to. Are you going to face this giant toddler, or are you going to try and sneakily make your way through the door when it's not looking?
So face it means I'm going to try to hit it, kind of?
Combat.
I see. And neither one of my things are that great. So let's see.
I will also let you guys know, for guards specifically, damage is cumulative. Okay, so if it's like if it's like 100 damage, whatever, monster,
It
and you
doesn't
do
reset.
it doesn't reset. Yeah, so if you do like 20 damage one turn, it doesn't reset back to 0, whatever, right? Like
Yeah.
you can keep on hitting it,
It's,
right?
it's not a
Okay.
it's not a one and done thing.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. I think Nomad's going to try to do the stealth thing.
Okay.
And what he's going to do first is he's going to just kind of sing Frere Jacques, Frere Jacques to try to calm him down. And then he's just going to sneak around and see if he can sneak in or not through the door.
Okay. I would give you a potential additional bonus to that, but you're singing, which causes attention to yourself as well. So it kind of nullifies itself. So it's a flat roll then.
Well, I'm singing to calm him down, and then I guess okay, whatever.
But you're also drawing attention to yourself, right? Like I understand what you're trying to do, but the source of the audio is still coming from you, right? If you were able to throw it somewhere else, that would definitely have helped you. But if you're the one doing the singing, I would say that's probably a standard roll for stealth. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a stealth check. I need to look up the DC on this guy. I should have wrote it down while everybody told me it to me. Okay. Ooh. Okay. What do you get?
19.
Oh. Okay. Y'all, I should have made some of these things harder, like DC wise. Go figure. Y'all just kind of like doing well.
I rolled well.
Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Let's see. That's the wrong tab. Okay. So, your singing appears to be able to calm the beast as it is, somewhat, to get it to go slow enough that you're able to go up in a tree, and as it passes by, you're able to jump onto the door, and as you do so, it kind of like feels you, but you have just enough time to just barely get the door open and slip inside the door on the back of this giant baby. Also, you were 1 point over the DC, so
okay.
you just barely made it. You managed to just barely get inside, and you are allotted 50 points to Hufflepuff. Because definitely Nomad's a Hufflepuff. Come on, like
Are these points
You think I'm a Gryffindor
cumulative,
then?
or do I need to keep track of each zone?
they will be cumulative total. Yes, I'm doing
Okay.
them by zone, and then I'm going to do a total afterwards. But however you want to do it is fine. I guess.
I'm writing them down too. So
Yeah,
Okay.
we have
I'll have
checks.
it,
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so Nomad, now we're on to Giver. Okay, so Giver is on the third. Yes, the third zone here. So, Giver, you approach. See, where did you left? You left through the mouth of that strange being. Yeah. Okay. You exit this, and it kind of just like you kind of like ride down like this kind of like slick trail of. You don't want to know what it is. Let's just leave it at that.
he literally fell down the back of this thing's throat.
Yeah, basically. And then you fall into this outside enclosure. That doesn't make sense. Outside area. Can't be enclosure with outside. And the thing you see first is as you start standing up, there is this green mist coming out of the ground that stinks to high heaven of sulfur. It gets in your mouth and your nose, and it just burns like crazy. It is raining, and there is lightning striking in the air. It is spooky, and it is dark. And in front of you, you see that there is a expansive graveyard as far as the eye can see in all directions. Just hundreds and thousands of graves all around you. And in front of you in particular, there are two larger mausoleums that stand in front of you, they out of stone. And in front of each of them stands two of your horsemen friends. Two in front of each of the mausoleums. The way forward appears to be in one of those mausoleums. Do you try and sneak past them, or do you try and engage them?
Is it really them, or is it a trap?
Give me a perception check.
All right.
How do you have it pictured where these coaches are? Are they down, but they have like a phone to the person, or?
Sending stones.
No, actually, you're like a shoulder angel. You get like
cool.
You get to sit on their shoulder and like sit on their shoulder. Like you're like a mini version of yourself.
Okay,
Cass
so
would
he
be
knows
so
for
mad.
sure that's not me because I'm on his shoulder. Right.
Yeah. What do you have? Would I have a bonus to the perception check?
No.
All right. All right.
Because you know that like anything is possible here, so
I guess that's an 18.
18. You can see through the horseman slightly.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna use. Okay, I'm gonna save my teleportation. I'm gonna try stealthing.
Okay. Also, you can't teleport until we get to the escape section. By the way, at the end, there's no travel skills available. So.
I do have racial abilities. Just letting you know.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay, we'll get to that when we get to that. Okay, so you're trying stealth. All right, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
All right. Oh fuck, 11.
Ooh. Yeah, you try and sneak past them, but unfortunately they're just too close to the entrance to these mausoleums. And hold on. I want to check something real quick. I need the coaches and group hangout real quick.
Okay.
All right.
You need what?
The coaches.
Coaches.
Coaches group hangout.
Okay. Yeah.
He
hang
needs
on.
a rules clarification, probably.
Yep. Okay. I didn't write this down, and I should have made the determination ahead of time. If a failed stealth check on a guard happens, does that put them in combat, or do they get to redo the stealth check next turn? What do you guys think?
I think either the DC should go up would make sense for the stealth, or it starts combat.
Yeah, that
Jazzy?
seems fair to me. Like they have alerted to their presence.
Yeah, like it should
Okay.
bump up maybe by 2 or the next tier, perhaps.
Yeah.
I have to do one or the
But
other. I can't. I
also-
can't like. I mean, I could give the option again next time. I just change the DC.
Yeah, if he wants
Okay.
to make
Yeah.
like another stealth check, like they might not know exactly where he is, but they know something is there.
Okay.
Yeah,
But now
Yeah.
it's
And
going to
you
be
can
a
maybe-
harder stealth check. And I'm going
Yeah.
to say maybe he only gets one more shot at that, and then he's in combat.
yeah, I agree with that.
You good?
And I think also it should be clear to the person doing it that it's going to be harder to sneak by.
Right.
They're more on alert or whatever.
Okay.
So that they know if they don't have the stats, like,
Yeah.
combat's the better option.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna say
Alright.
a +2 to DC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
Good.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stealth. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Thanks. Back to game section. Thank you.
Cool.
Okay. We have a ruling. Okay. All right. So, Giver, you try and get past them, and you make just a little bit too much noise, and they become alerted to your presence, but they don't quite know where exactly. And they begin to look for you. And this means that next time it's going to be much harder to do this, to try and sneak past them, if you choose to do that again, and choose not to engage them directly. Okay. All right. So we'll get back to you next time. So you're stuck there, and I'm going to go ahead and mark your score temporarily down. So we have a final score here. So this is going to be at -10 for right now. Okay. And then we'll see how long this takes. Okay. And now we're back up to the top of the round. So now we have Fire in the Hole. I'm going to roll my D10 and see. Well, first of all, where's everybody positioned at? Giver didn't move positions. He's still in position 3. Nomad did succeed in moving positions and is in position
How
8.
did they move from position 1? I'm wondering.
What?
How
They didn't.
They didn't.
For
Yeah.
Position 1. He got them wrong when he first said them.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's why
yeah.
you're confused.
Yeah, that's why you're confused. You started at position 1 and then went to 2, and now you're in 3. They started at position 6 and then went to 7. Now they're in 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did you stop the stream?
Oh, I changed channels, so
Yeah,
that's
when
why.
you change channels, it ends.
Yeah, there you go.
Does it matter?
Not
It's just
really.
a picture, right?
It's just a picture, basically. Yeah. Okay. So it's for great watching for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a static image. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna roll my thing, and I got a 3, which hits Giver. So Giver. Sorry about that. It's going to mean that you lose another 10 points on that score. Where's my score? So me negative 20 now.
20
Negative 20 now.
right
Yep.
now.
And then
Okay.
Sanity is a 2. Sanity 2 means everybody give me a sanity check real quick.
Oh, hold on.
Also, real quick, what is your guys' baseline sanity?
Where do I?
You mean the plus? The plus?
The
amount?
modifier.
What do you mean?
The modifier, yeah.
You have 14
Oh,
for Giver.
14.
Mine's a
14?
9.
9, okay. All right. Carry on. Go and roll your checks.
21.
You're good?
24.
You're good. Okay. You're both just fine. You hear the sultry tones of Rick Astley, and you know what? This is your jam now, right? Like, this is your favorite song, possibly, of all time. And
My sanity is dropping.
Heard
here.
worse.
and I'm just gonna. There you go. All right, there you go.
I'm gonna find some way to make you pay.
It's a good song, and I hate that it's frowned upon now. It is a good song. All right. Anyways,
Kinda is. It kinda is.
all right. So now we're on to Nomad, which is Giver's not tier. Giver's zone 3. Yes. Okay. Okay. I have my notes are kind of fragmented, so hold on me.
No problem.
All right. I need to piece this together. So, Nomad, where did you exit last time? The door of the baby. Okay. You go through the door of the baby, kind of like vertically, right? And you come out and like you slide like on your back through like a horizontal, like a standard like door, right? And you are now in a cafeteria, and in this cafeteria are a bunch of these gangly, greasy, oily, gross, fey-looking creatures that are all like either standing in line to get their food or are sitting at benches and whatnot in the cafeteria. Although that's a generous way to say it. It's mostly just a giant food fight, honestly. And there is gross, nasty food being flung everywhere. It's being like intentionally rubbed into their clothing. And they're like running up to each other with like hands full of food and just like smearing it on each other's like hats and like vests and whatnot. And like the floor is like slick with this kind of stuff. And it's really gross. And one of them saunters over to you and gives you this disgusting bowl of soup. It's this big bowl, and inside the soup, it appears to be alphabet soup. And
No.
yes. And the alphabet forms words, and the words say, "What do you call a 1,000-year-old fae?" And I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer.
And that's all I got to go on.
That's the prompt. You have to answer the question, like the
I don't
first
know what
time.
Fae is.
Fair, like a fey creature.
Yeah, I know, but I don't really know anything about them.
Elves, fairies. Doesn't.
Okay.
It's just a word puzzle. Doesn't matter.
If you don't know what a Fae is, then that doesn't help.
Mm.
An old elf, an old geezer, an old 1,000-year-old. Okay, so 1,000 is kilo. A kilo Fae.
Nope.
Millennial. So that's just what the letters say. There's nothing else around to look at that's going to give me any clue at all.
Last time you had a bunch of dashes, correct?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it'll help you. Make sure I spelled this right too. I would get rid of that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you this. I'll give you dashes. That seems fair.
Great.
Coach Riptide, do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
No,
No? Okay.
I don't think so because of
Okay.
the tier. But
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
maybe
say
if there's
yeah.
No, that's
something,
true. That's true. That's fair. That's fine.
Um,
So
yeah.
what else? Okay, Cassie, what else is there for Faes? There's elves. There's what else?
Like if it's just saying fey, that's just like a category of monster, like or creature.
Yeah.
Like, did you say the one answer that I sent you?
Millennium,
A millennial?
a kilomillennial,
No, just
millennial, a
like, you
millennial
have to-
elf.
no. Come on, Fox.
Sorry, what was that?
commit
What was
to
that?
a
Father say-
millennial.
No, father.
Yeah.
A millennial elf. A millennial elf.
Aha! And the soup begins to swirl, and it like goes down the drain basically of this bowl, and the soup is now transformed into a glowing portal, and it sucks you into it, and you progress to the next area.
You're kidding.
It's a millennial.
Okay.
I think you figured out Giver's style of riddle now. I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a pun. It's always gonna be a pun.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's how I was like, Kathy, shush. Yeah, I think you said it.
I mean, I did not know elves were Fae, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that
good that she's told me that.
good. You have a coach.
I
You
did.
have a coach. All right, and this is Nomad score 50. Good job. I'm surprised you got that. Honestly, that was decently hard in my opinion. Like,
Actually, it was a joint
Yeah.
effort. She thought of the millennial, and I thought of the adding the elf to it. So
yeah, I'm surprised you got millennial. Honestly, that was interesting pull. Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty fast.
I
Yeah.
was thinking kilo because kilo is 1,000.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Mm.
These,
I thought you were- yeah.
Y'all are Americans. You're never gonna think metric.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So that's 50 points to him. And we're going to Giver now. Giver, you're back at this haunted graveyard with these horseman specters you're trying to get past. Are you choosing to continue with your stealth, or are you going to try and push through? Going with stealth will be more difficult than it was before.
Coach,
So remind me how damage
whispered.
works here.
Way damage works is that you do as much damage as you can in a round. That's an action, bonus action, and any activatable abilities you have. That would be counted as free actions. And that will be you roll all those dice, and that's the amount of damage you will do. And then that'll go up against their total health pool based upon the tier that they are. That makes sense?
Oh, so you actually do roll the dice.
You do roll the dice.
Roll the dice, yeah.
Okay.
You roll,
Yeah, to see if there's a crit.
You also
only-
yes.
you only-
Yes.
You only roll the attack to see if you crit.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you just kind of roll damage as normal.
What if it's a save?
That's the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, you can't crit on a saving throw. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know.
So then he
I'm
just
gonna-
rolls damage then.
You just roll damage. Yeah.
Yeah, I am gonna attempt a fifth
Actually,
level
I thought
shatter.
I will say, because you're both casters here, is that I will roll a saving throw for them, and if they crit fail, then you'll do double damage. Okay,
Okay.
All right,
that seems fair.
give me a Constitution saving throw on casting fifth level shatter on them in a 10-foot radius.
You got a 2, not a 1, unfortunately.
All right, so
Sorry.
just roll the dice.
Roll your damage dice.
Yeah, that's 28 thunder damage.
28 thunder damage. Hold on, my pen stopped working again. Come on, 28. Okay, and let's see here. Let me check there. Hold on. What tier is this? Is that tier? And then how much hit points is that? Hang on. That is okay. So we're going to be looking at. Okay, that's out of that. Okay. Okay, you still have a bonus action and any free activatable abilities you have.
Bonus action. I'm just gonna Blessing of the Raven Queen teleport towards the door.
Okay.
That's a one-time ability.
I will say that it won't give you any. Well,
I acknowledge it's a one-time thing. It's the racial thing I mentioned.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. I will remove the penalty from your stealth check from you using that ability. You can't use it again.
All right.
Okay. So
All right.
it'll be the original stealth check DC after that. Okay.
All right.
Coach, you good with that?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So they are damaged, but not down. Okay. So next turn, you can make the decision if you want to continue with stealth or you want to continue with combat. Okay. They are for D&D purposes, they are bloodied.
All right.
Also, you don't need to think like you have to kill like 4 things. You just have to kill something with like this
Yeah.
many hit points. If that's
Yeah.
like what's making
All
you
right.
like
Yeah,
you could
there's-
just Eldritch Blast. you
Yeah,
know?
they are just sharing one hit point pool for all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but Eldritch Blast, even if I count the 2 bolts, would be 2d10, which I don't know if that I would have to get max just to get what I already got with the shatter,
to you.
which would still be less.
One thing I might point out is that there was a 10-foot radius to that. So could it have hit both
Doesn't matter.
of them?
Because they're all sharing a hit point pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just thinking that with spells they tend to be weaker per person, but
Oh, I see what you
better
mean.
for I don't. I'm just trying to give
AOE
them some credit
spells
there.
are I see.
Yeah, they're
we'll do
purposely
more.
less.
We'll do more total damage. What you're saying because they're not
Yeah.
single target. I see what you're saying.
Right.
Um,
So it seems as though that should be taken into consideration. But I'm fighting for him. I mean, I'm just, I'm just saying that seems like a valid way
If
to
you
think
knew
of it.
if you knew some of the discussions Riptide and I had,
Oh, okay.
I don't want to allow that because it opened up a bag of worms.
yeah.
And
Take a worms.
yeah, it's definitely not. Yeah, I don't know. A bag of sharks. Okay, flesh-eating sharks. All right, that's what it opened up. All right, so we'll get back to that next time, and we'll see which one you choose. And just know that your stealth check is back to the original DC. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we are now back up to the top of the round, which means we're doing
So that's another -10.
correct. Yes, thank you. Thank you for calling out the score differential. So he's at -30 now. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, if he hits
For
0,
zone 3.
he's we're at, yes, for zone 3. Yes. Remember, if he hits 0 or -50 total, he skips. Okay.
Okay.
And so now Nomad has
Skips, what's that
progressed.
mean? Oh,
He
I see.
skips
He
at the
just
zone.
moves to the next.
Yeah.
Get to go. Okay.
It's assumed that he does it until he makes it, basically. And we don't need to hear as he bludgeons his head against the ground if he does that. All right, so he's still in zone 3. Nomad's in zone 9. And I'm rolling for fire in the hole to see if
Zone
anybody.
9.
You're in zone 9. Yes.
Because we're doing
I-
6 to 10.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, wait.
It's
There's only
al-
5 zones.
it's allocations based on the
Yeah.
D10 sides. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. It hit
So
zone.
we're, 6,
It hit,
so we're
it,
6 to 10.
it hit zone 8 and it hit nobody, which is good for you guys. And the sanity check. I need you both to roll a sanity check for me real quick.
Oh, all
I
right.
thought you had
Both
to
of
roll
you.
first.
I already did.
No?
I had a 2.
Oh, okay.
Which
Hold on.
gives you
19.
You're good.
27.
You're both good. Okay.
I've been doing pretty good on our
Y'all been doing great with sanity. Y'all have really high sanity, honestly. Like,
Same.
there are some other players that do not have high sanity. I mean, it's been very difficult for them.
Do we know what we have to beat? I can't remember.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
do.
She does. Yeah, but you don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I don't feel like telling you because it's, yeah.
No, I figured if we knew, then you'd tell us. I wasn't sure if we were
No,
supposed
you don't
to
know.
or not.
You don't know. All right. And we're on to Nomad. Let's see, which is going to be Givers. Yeah, there we go. All righty. So you just left through the portal in the soup. And unfortunately, it's kind of in your clothes now and you're in your hair a little bit.
Oh, okay. Wait. Can I just for flavor? Can I cast prestidigitation or presto, which cleans my clothes?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
that would be definitely what Nomad would do. He would snuff his.
He takes an
stick his
entire
nose up in the air
turn
and-
to just clean himself. No, I'm just kidding.
Small Cassie is there, like, really? Really?
No,
No.
we gotta get moving. We're in a rush, man. All right, so
Disgusting.
you arrive at the beginning of a long hallway, and you work your way down this hallway that has a bunch of doors that are all locked. At the end of the hallway, though, is a semi-open door. It is ajar, and on the front of the door is a sign that says "Rockabye Baby," and you peek through the door, and you see that there is a sleeping Aggie in a crib in the center of the room, and also in this, right next to it, basically, is a swirling demonic portal that appears to be your exit.
Oh, geez. The demonic portal? I don't think Nomad would go through a demonic portal.
Well, no man loses.
Diabolic.
Diabolic? What's the difference?
Devils and demons. They're
Oh,
very
right.
different.
Right, that's what you mean. Okay, yes.
Okay.
Yes, diabolic portal. You're correct. Okay. It is glowing red and it is swirling and it smells kind of stinky. So you're right. No, I wouldn't go there at all, and he's done. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I give up.
Cassie is physically pulling on his ear, saying, "Go get
This is just the terrible.
Even tiny Cassie is stronger than Nomad.
Oh, I see.
So, as you are assessing the situation, a bunch of dogs teleport into the room and begin running around and barking. And she wakes up, and the portal vanishes as soon as she wakes up. Your escape route gone, and so these dogs are blinking in and out of existence and barking and like running at the wall. And let's be honest, they're kind of good boys. All right, like they're still pretty good boys, but they are definitely causing a big ruckus and are a bit chaotic. So the ground is also littered with toys all over the place, making it extra difficult to kind of move around and kind of deal with the situation. So what you have to do, well, actually, do you know what you have to do?
make the baby quiet. Get the baby to be quiet again.
Okay. So, and what is that going to entail?
Stopping the dogs from barking.
Okay. So,
That's what I would've thought. I don't know.
yeah, no, absolutely. So go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
Okay.
Well, I pull up the DC real quick.
If we were
Cassie?
to offer those dogs some of the toys
Some of the
around
toys.
here,
Yes,
would
that's
they-
what I was going to say. Can I
Yeah.
give them some
Oh.
of the toys to help keep them quiet? Are they squeaky
Interesting.
toys? Or are they? I mean, what kind of toys are
I
they?
mean, okay, to be fair, toddler toys and dog toys are very similar. Now that I
They
think about
are.
it, they are.
This
Yes,
is
they are.
Yeah.
I can offer factual evidence for this.
Yeah, no,
because my toddler nieces and my brother's dog are constantly trying to play with the same thing.
Yeah.
I will give you an allotted +2
I'm just going to roll then. Okay.
because that seems like a really good idea.
11.
Ooh, let me double check real quick. The DC on this bad boy. That is not going to do it, unfortunately. What I will say is that, yes, you get them to play with you. No, they are not quiet. Because dogs when they're playing are not quiet.
Okay. I think I want to use my sorcerer ability now.
Ah,
to
interesting.
reroll.
Okay. Your one-time use ability.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? Do you agree with
Yeah.
that, Coach?
Yeah, I think that's a good use.
I could wait for a sanity failure, but
No, I think this is a good moment.
okay. So I guess I just roll again.
Yep.
All right.
Get one more shot at this.
14 plus the 2 you said, or whatever you said.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so 16?
Yep.
Okay. Barely. You're skirting by the skin of your teeth here as you manage to they are definitely rowdier at first, but then as you play with them, you kind of get tuckered out. And then they also they take the toy and they take it outside to play outside instead. And you're able to go over to Aggie and get her to calm down and go back to sleep. And as she does so, the portal reappears. And I assume you go through it.
He hesitates, but yeah.
Cassie
she'll
is
go through
physically tugging on his ear, like, "Get
it. Do I have to?
into the portal.
Okay. Yep. Jump. Whatever
Okay.
you do to portals.
Yes, that is a 50-point allocation to Nomad. Impressive. Okay. Really, it looks like this game's going to come down to very microscopic, differences in points, because you're both currently at the same amount of points. Basically, well, that's not true because you got a little further than he has. But you
It'll
had
depend on
the
how
next
soon he
one.
gets out of this one.
Yeah. So that before this you were tied. Now you've done one more challenge.
Yeah, it's a non-insurmountable lead.
Yeah, especially considering there's 2 more different sections entirely after this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
we won't get to tonight, apparently.
We'll see. That was
What, don't
give
we
her.
quit in like 2 minutes?
We'll see. And so we're going to the top of the order, which is going to be positions, which is Nomad's in position 10, Giver still in position 3. And so I'm rolling for Fire in the Hole, which is going to give me a 7. Nobody gets hit, and a sanity. Nothing happens with insanity. It does not play.
Wait, it wasn't it. Did we do?
What?
Why are we doing this after me? I thought I aren't.
Oh,
don't
wait.
I always take the turn first. Did we skip their turn?
We did skip Giver, didn't we? My mistake. You're correct. You're correct.
Yeah.
I apologize. Because I'm on Giver's page because he wrote the prompt for your
Yeah,
thing.
sure.
So I was thinking, he just went. You're right. That was your thing. So we are on Giver's thing, which you wrote. Okay, and so we're back to him in the mausoleum. Are you choosing stealth or combat?
I'm gonna choose combat.
Okay. Remember, no spell slots are utilized during this combat ever. Okay.
All right, and in that case, I'll do. Let's say Eldritch Blast.
Okay. As your bonus action.
Sure
It's
you don't
technically an
wanna do
action.
It's an action. It's an
The
action. Okay.
higher action, the higher Damage 1.
Yeah, you can.
Does it reset?
Yeah.
You can just keep
Yeah,
using
yeah.
level 5 spells.
Yeah, what he's saying
Yep.
is
No.
you're not expending spell slots. You can
Correct.
use them, but you're not expending
Yes,
them.
but they are already damaged. I'm wondering if they're health resets.
No,
their health is
no,
not
it's
reset. No.
cumulative.
No,
No.
it's total.
And
Yeah.
he did
So
say
you
they
need
were
to do
bloodied.
Yes.
The most damage.
Yeah, do
So
the most amount of damage your character can do in one turn, regardless of any spell slots or
Alright,
anything.
Then yeah, I'll do synaptic static.
Okay.
Also,
Is
how
that
does
Hmm?
doing the
It's
dad
an intelligence
inspiration
save.
work?
How to do the what, Riptide?
The dad inspiration for spells, like can he upcast this even past?
I don't think that you can do that
Fifth or
to
no?
himself.
Okay, gotcha.
I think that's to other people only.
Okay.
Yeah. They had a 6 on the save, so no critical failure. So roll your damage.
It's 30 damage.
That'll do it.
total.
That'll do it.
Nice.
Yep, they had 22 hit points left. So you did 8 over. Excellent. All right, and you knock them out and they disapparate into nothingness and they kind of sparkle out of existence with a traditional nomad glam pizzazz, of course. Little, can't hesitate to, include that in there. And you make your way through and into the next area. And so your score for this will be 20. Yes.
20 total for zone 3.
For zone 3, yes. Okay. Yep.
Great.
20 total. He was at negative
Cool.
30 points. Yep. I already rolled both the. Well, actually, no, Giver would have gone to position 4, which it did not hit position 4. So that's fine. Okay. And so now we're back at Nomad here. So, Nomad, you're in your final location. And you make your way. Let's see, you just exited the portal, right? So you appear out of the portal and in a portal reception area that has a bunch of these other portals all around, and then you make your way through this kind of like clean, almost like fluorescent lit hallway. That is this extra long hallway that it opens up into this big foyer area. Where there is a line of people, and at the top, like a banner overhead, not a banner, but like a big emblem. That's what I meant to say. A big emblem overhead, engraved on the top, and near the ceiling is the word Chimera with dots after all the letters. You're in the Chimera headquarters, and for those of you who don't remember, Chimera is the name of Giver's patron foster child services. And here there is in the center of this big room, it's pretty much an empty room except for a single desk at the center in which a female archdevil with judge robes and a tight gray bun is sitting there and approving or disapproving entry into the space in order to continue on and go to the door behind, which appears to be where you need to go. You need to basically make your way to the end, either by trying to sneak around or by confronting this archdevil judge who is approving and denying people to entry into the Chimera headquarters. Which one are you choosing?
And what is a Chimera headquarters again?
It is the foster. It's the foster children services headquarters, basically.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For like demon babies and such, basically evil, like traditionally evil species children.
Extra planar creatures.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Cassie and I out there planning a field trip.
What is the What is the like the floor and such and the walls made of?
I would say it's probably like a clean marble. It is smooth on the floor. It kind of echoes a little bit, actually a lot, because it's a pretty open space. There are these giant pillars around the sides, though, that you could try and sneak around. But as you look around to look for like other alternate pathways, you see there's a bunch of these like large, giant eyeballs that are darting around and looking everywhere.
Okay. What I'm wondering is if I can use my For stealth, I have advantage in stony and rocky terrain. I
Oh
wasn't
shoot!
sure if I could do that or not.
I said marble, and marble's a stone. Yeah,
You did.
I did.
I didn't prompt you.
You didn't prompt me. I didn't know that. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's acceptable. Yeah. Man, we're getting the giver team's getting issues with like the terrain. That happened to the toys too. These are just things that like we
Oh, yeah,
don't
you're
even think
right.
about. Yeah, it's
Right.
weird. It's weirdly specific. Okay. Nobody looks at the ground because he's so low to the ground, I guess.
Right,
Like,
right.
Man.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to try the stealth thing with advantage. Is that okay? Is that what you're saying? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless I
Alright,
have a contest from Riptide.
No, I mean, I don't know where these pillars are. I could see him blending in there. I'm not sure he blends in when he walks on it though, unless he's crawling. If he's crawling out, I'd allow it because then his skin is like blending in.
It's probably a combination of like the crawling and then kind of like hiding behind the pillars, I would assume. Sorry, because you
Okay.
you can still turn into. I don't want to tell people, but you can still turn into stone, right? So like.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, okay.
But okay, so I got that. But if you don't like that, I don't know if
you can
would-
get advantage on your stealth. It's
Okay.
it's been approved. We're okay.
Would you
think-
allow me to try to talk my way out of it, or that's not allowed?
Talk your way out of what?
Talk to the judge and try to get through by
Oh,
persuading.
she
Or is
doesn't
that
look
just
the,
not
she
allowed?
doesn't look the type that would carry on and listen to you. However, I will give you an increased DC on if you want to try and do a persuasion check. It'll be much higher if you wish to try and do that instead.
Yeah, much is a vague word, so I don't think I want to chance it.
Yeah, up to you.
Well, what do you think, Coach?
Let's try for stealth.
Try to play safe. Okay.
And then grab us
well-
a pamphlet on your way out.
Okay, fine. All right, so I'll give it a
It
shot
should be
here.
interesting.
I get an 18.
An 18 total with advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Unfortunately, that's not going to cut it.
Really?
Really, it's not going to cut it. Unfortunately,
Okay.
this is the end of the line. This is the final zone. It appears to be much more difficult than the rest, and you run into an issue where the eyeballs are watching you. Even if you try and go behind those pillars and try and blend in, there are definitely eyeballs watching everywhere, and it's really hard to find a path through that they're not going to see you and stop you. You keep trying to find places, and then you run into another eyeball and just can't quite make it through. So next time you're going to get an increased DC on stealth if you choose to do that, or you can do combat. Okay, because they are definitely aware that you're being sketchy, and they don't like sketchy people in what the children are. So, yeah. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and denote that you're at a -10 for now, and we'll see how that progresses. Okay. And we are on to Giver. And Giver. Okay, this one. Hold on, this one's a little complicated. Hang on. So you just exited the mausoleum. All right. Okay. So you enter through into a hall of mirrors. In like another fun house kind of mirror situation. However, this doesn't look like a modern kind of fun house. This is more arcane and more ancient in nature. And before you stands 7 different mirrors. That above each of them there is a symbol on each of them. They're a little bit different. Per iteration, it looks like. It looks like different permutations of the same thing that are slowly evolving over time. Within each of the mirrors, there lies a different version of you, a different alternate reality version of you, that appear to be trapped inside of the mirrors. And it looks like behind the mirrors, even though it's a reflection and you see yourself, right? They these alternate reality versions of you move with you, like the reflection, but they're different. But also behind them, but not behind you, is the door you're looking for, but it's behind all of them, and you have to figure out which one it is. So, I need you to give me an Arcana check.
All right. 15.
15. Okay. That is not going to do it, unfortunately. And you go through and you go into one of the mirrors, and now that version of yourself is stuck there forever. And a different version of yourself now appears in the space that the original you came through. And we're going to try again next time to see what happens.
Is he allowed?
Yes.
Is he allowed to look at the symbols?
Yes. The symbols, with a 15 Arcana check, they are all symbols that remind you of the School of Magic, the Illusory School of Magic. There are different permutations on that, it looks like, throughout history. And you can't quite decipher which one specifically is the one you're looking for. You feel like probably one of them is different, but you're not sure how, right? They all feel different. They're all different, but like in different ways. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are they drawn somewhere?
They're carved just on top of the mirror. This isn't
I meant more for like us to see if this was a puzzle thing.
Oh, this isn't a mental challenge. This is an Arcana check challenge.
It's not.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is for the character to decide, not for you. Otherwise, I'd give you better details. I know. I'm not just like, screw you.
Okay.
Like, no, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you wanted us to solve which one it was, and I'm like, I need.
Yeah, and I don't understand. Yeah. That'd be very shitty of me. It's like, no. Yeah. It's for Giver to try and decipher. And so Nomad is through? Question mark? He finished, right?
No,
We're still stuck at our
He's
our
stuck
last
with a
one.
higher
You're stuck.
DC.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
Yes, you're stuck at the Chimera headquarters. Sorry, yes. Correct.
Yes.
Thank you. So we're back to, well, you've got to do the rolls first. I had to do, hold on, I'm going to do Fire in the Hole. Giver's at position 4, right? It's position 4? Hold on, double check that.
Yes, he's at 4.
Yeah.
He's at 4,
He's
yes.
at
And
4.
then Nomad's at 10. Yep, okay. And that is a 5, no one's hit. And then Sanity, no Sanity. Again, I get lots of 4s, y'all. Y'all lucking out. Okay, so we're back to Nomad. Are you choosing Stealth again with a higher DC, or are you choosing Combat? You do still have advantage, but there's a higher DC.
Wheel. I'm just. Okay, I'm not going to do the stealth.
Okay.
But I still am wondering about this persuasion thing, or.
Oh, that's true. You can also do a persuasion check with a significantly higher DC.
And I don't know how much higher, right?
Nope.
Well, I don't think I got enough to actually do damage to this thing to her, but might take 2 turns. But it's more of a sure thing. Okay, so I'm gonna do.
I'm perfectly willing to risk a turn here.
Okay, we're gonna risk a turn
to try some fancy stuff.
Okay, we're gonna risk a turn just for the role-playing aspect of it here. I want to see if you will allow me to do a, I want to call it a fashion show for the what is she called? The judge?
Yeah, the judge. Yeah.
And because I've got this ability to be able to change what I look like, change my outfit for different, right? Use my glamour weave and stuff.
Okay. Put on a fashion show.
Yeah, I want to put on a fashion show, and I want to use performance to do it. and I want to just show her different judge outfits and colorful ones and different types of wigs and all that kind of stuff. What do you think? You gonna let me do this? Shall I explain it, or is this a nix on this?
I will allow it. It's going to be a very high DC.
Right. Okay. So we'll do this.
Hold on.
Just-
Hold on. Let me.
For fun.
I'm going to double check with their coach real quick.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you want a message or go to the huddle?
Let's go to huddle real quick. I want to take both of you guys.
Okay. I don't know where that huddle is.
Just go to group hangout.
Yeah, that's not popping up.
I'll get you.
Okay.
There you go. Okay. Okay.
Anyone against this is because Giver literally tried to do it with the members of the team and wasn't allowed. So that's why I feel like it should either be like really high one, absurdly high, or not allowed.
Okay.
Because I think Giver also is really good at persuasion and could have gotten at that at least a turn or two earlier.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah, if you guys say no, then we nix the idea and we go to combat.
Yeah. But if I don't have an agreement between both of you, I don't do it. So
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. Also, I mean, Nomad's pushing for it because he has an insanely high performance check.
Well, that's what I mean.
And that's
So-
what, like, we were gonna go. I was thinking more along the lines of like, can we convince her we're here to adopt a child?
Also, I think that also a fashion show would not work with this woman. I don't think either. Honestly.
That was
Yeah.
even like his idea was not what I was thinking when he's like, what about a fashion show? I'm like, if you want to use performance, it still has to be something around the kids. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
we are trying to get into a foster home here. You have to try to prove to her that we are not a threat to the kids. So yeah, so like his
All
pitch,
right.
I don't think was the best idea.
So I will say, without Cassie's prompting, Riptide, if he comes up with a better idea that makes more sense, do you want to allow it or just no? Up to you.
Unless it's like a 30, I'm not gonna allow it.
Yeah, it would be a DC 30. It would be a DC 30.
I don't know if that's. I don't know.
And I'm going to tell you right now,
but
he could hit it.
Yeah, it's possible.
It would be tricky,
is
but
it like?
but with
Okay.
either persuasion or performance, he could hit DC 30.
No, I don't think I'm gonna allow it.
Okay.
Just because Giver couldn't do it.
Okay.
So I feel like it's not a.
That's
yeah.
fine. It's good to have precedent that we follow. That's fair.
Yep.
That's fair. Okay.
So,
Back we go. Okay. All right. We're disallowing it as an option due to precedent. There was precedent previously where Giver tried to do something similar and was not allowed to, and it's only fair you're not allowed to either. So you cannot use performance or persuasion.
Okay. All right. So I guess I'm just gonna try to do damage then.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my only other choice, really.
You got it.
Okay. So what do I do?
That's the first riddle. I just realized.
What?
How he didn't answer the question to the first riddle, the first room.
Yeah,
He
he
did.
did.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. It took him
Data?
the second round, and then he
It
said
took me
it
2
like
rounds.
right away. Well, he was saying data,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then he said it. He was like, dad, data.
I don't remember him saying that.
He did.
No, it was the
Yeah.
second
He did.
time. Yeah, I did. I even wrote it
He
down on a piece
definitely
of paper
did.
here, so I know I did.
Oh,
I'm 100% that you said it.
Yeah.
I heard it because
Okay.
I was shocked how quick you got it. in
Same.
Second.
Same.
I was
Well,
like,
we were thinking about it the whole
Yeah.
time. You guys,
oh,
right?
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
Fair
more
enough.
sense.
And
Yeah.
I came actually kind of close because I said Dida or something like that.
Yeah, you did. You said Didi.
Dang,
Yeah.
man, I got
Like,
close.
Yeah, you were very close. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time around. Yeah, you almost didn't lose the points. Okay, so go ahead and do the maximum damage. It's an attack bonus action, or action bonus action, and then any free action you have available that do damage.
Right. Okay. So I can quicken, right?
Uh,
'Cause that's my bonus action.
yeah, that's fine.
Oh, actually,
Does that help you?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that will let me cast a cantrip as my action.
Okay.
So if I
Could you
I-
you're doing?
I'm
Go ahead. All right.
What?
Do you have a bonus
What's
action
that?
quicken?
yeah, so I'm gonna quicken
okay,
lightning
so-
bolt at I guess I could just do it at the highest level, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't actually have a button for that. So it'd be 10d6 plus 5.
Wow. Is there a saving throw for that?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
19 dex.
Dex.
19? Well, whatever. It doesn't matter, I
Uh-huh.
guess, because it's just fail or not. Not a crit fail, so it's just regular damage.
Okay, so 10d6. So I got to use the little. I only have it as a 3rd level. I don't have the 5th level setting for it.
Oh.
I had it turn off just because I didn't think I'd ever use it. Okay, so I went to d6. Where's the d6? And then, okay, so 10. I'll make sure I'm doing this right? It's 8d6 and it's 1 extra d6 per level.
Yeah.
You're adding
And
2
then I
extra
get
levels?
+5 because it's lightning. What's that?
You're adding 2 extra levels?
Yes, because
Yes.
we're going to 5th level. Right?
Yes,
Okay, I'm
correct.
making sure I'm doing this right.
Correct.
Okay, so roll that. Oh, lots of ones.
Oh, no.
33 plus 5 would be 38.
38. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So then for my action,
That's a lot of damage for a bonus action. Jeez. Okay. Okay, there's a cantrip. That's what you're trying to. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. That's why you quickened that. I gotcha. Okay.
Quick.
right, because
got
it.
the rule for spells is that if you
One spell, one
cast a
cantrip.
bonus action, or if you cast a
Yeah, I
spell
know.
on a bonus action, then you can't.
What's your spell?
Yeah.
What's your action?
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how this works. Okay, so can I don't remember how twin works. Can I twin Eldritch Zap?
I changed it to more than one target.
What's that?
That twins makes it so you can do it to more than one target, correct?
Oh, that's right. That doesn't
Yeah,
help.
which
Doesn't help you at all.
Yeah,
There's
which
a single
Eldritch
target.
Yeah. You can already basically.
Because this
go
is a
to more
single
than one
target anyway,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Let me make sure I don't have anything else for cantrip that would be any better.
You already use a cantrip. You got to use spell.
No. The first
No,
one,
lightning
I
bolt
quickened the
was a
spell. The lightning
spell.
bolt's a
Yeah.
spell. Now I'm
I'm with
casting my
you.
cantrip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
you got a
okay.
cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
so
see.
I believe it's my Eldritch Zap is the best, so I get 2 zaps out of it, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
That's level. Yeah. And the first one I get to add 5 to. So let's see here. So
So these
Oh,
you
no,
roll.
it's- no,
These you
it's-
roll
this
to
is-
see if you crit first.
right. So I
Yeah.
have to roll.
You roll
first,
as if you
I'm sorry.
crit. Yep.
I keep forgetting. Okay, so that's this. Nope. I got a 19,
Close.
All that matters is if you crit or not.
whether I crit or not. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the damage is the first one is 9 plus 5 is 14.
Minus 14. Okay.
Huh.
Okay. Next one. Did you
Roll,
crit?
roll again to see if
10.
you crit.
Oh, right. Okay, so wait, I rolled the damage for the second one, which was 10.
Okay. We'll see if we double it or not.
So it'll be
Yeah.
29. Oops.
But roll first to see if
Minus
Right.
10.
Okay, give me a second. Right. Okay, and that. No, I did not crit.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right. She's still up, and you
So
are
it's
now
20
in
so it'll be-
active combat with this judge.
I know. So it's 29 and 38, whatever that is.
Yep. I got it.
Okay.
Okay. I have my calculator. Okay. All right. Yeah, she is bloody, but she is still up. All right. And we're going over to Giver. So hold on, I'm in the wrong page. There we go. So Giver, you are where are you at?
I'm in the mirror.
Oh, you're in the mirror.
Here.
We're in the
Yeah.
you're in the
Unless I
mirror
can
room.
do anything else, I think I'm just gonna roll Arcana.
Okay.
I have to, at least.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, you gotta try and figure
10.
10. It's not gonna do it, unfortunately.
Do you have anything I can re-roll with? Fuck.
Sorry. Yeah, if you have anything you want to cast at it or something, like to try and help you out with the Arcana stuff. Like any identifies or
Thinking shatter, but
I thought we
Have
can't.
to use spells
I
outside
thought
of
we can't use
combat is-
spells, right?
he
Yeah,
can. He it's a
DC
DC 20 Arcana check to go through.
But you told us not to use spells unless you told us we could.
Well,
Or you can make that DC 20 Arcana
Yeah.
check to
Yeah.
try to cast them.
Oh, and that would be
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
turn.
And
yes.
sorry, I don't think I have any useful spells here, unless I can counterspell as an action.
It's not attacking a spell with a spell attack. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't counterspell it, unfortunately. If you had dispel magic or something, that'd be one thing, but counterspell
No.
wouldn't work out.
I'm meant
the
for
other
actual
Arcana
combat,
check?
not this.
I know. What, Riptide?
I'm just wondering, so he like failed the first Arcana. Can he attempt a spell with another Arcana check to see if that will help him next time, or no?
Yeah.
have to do
Which
that.
spell though?
Shatter, because it would work on mirrors.
Oh, it's interesting.
So I'm trying to understand how spells work, because I thought you told us that we can't even attempt a spell. The DC 20 check was once we got to another stage.
No. Once
Oh, so I could have been casting spells?
The
if you
DC 20
could
Arcana.
clear
Yeah.
a 20 DC Arcana check, like it
Yeah, okay.
for the most part we haven't needed to. It's not really worth it.
It's not relevant for the most part.
Yeah.
And just so I know, is that your whole turn, or you can just do it in addition? Because otherwise you might as well just always try to cast a spell. If there's
Yeah,
no
it's
penalty.
basically instead of your regular thing, you're going to be doing that instead to try and do
I
to try
see.
and mitigate the check, right? In order to go around the check. So I guess to your point, he already rolled his Arcana check this turn, so he can't do a spell
Okay,
this turn. Yes. Sorry.
Okay, just trying to figure out how the rules would work.
Yes. Yes.
I see.
So, and also, I don't think that I would allow Shatter anyways. Well, I'm not allowing combat spells, but since you're using it for its effect more than its damage, I guess it might be okay. This is mostly just the flavor of the spell. But
I would say it would just be like given the level of difficulty that we set this challenge at, that would
yeah,
possibly be the hit point pool that the mirrors would have.
right. That's true. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah. So
yeah, if
yeah,
he wants
yeah.
to attack the mirrors, absolutely.
We'll turn it into an enemy.
Yeah, they turn them into an enemy.
All right,
Yeah, you got to use Shatter specifically though for it, because that's the one that makes sense for mirrors.
fine.
Okay. Okay.
In
also
frustration,
the-
I just slap my hands together and let out a shatter, dealing.
Well, hold on. You gotta do it. You gotta do it next turn.
Next turn.
And you
right?
got to pass the
Okay.
Arcana check to even use it. So it's probably
Yep.
not worth it, because if
This is already an
Roll
Arcana
on
check.
one.
Either way,
you roll a 20 on the mirrors, you'll get past it. Whereas if you roll a 20 and pass the Arcana check to cast Shatter, you still may not pass
Right.
it.
He's got a good point.
So
Yeah.
it's not.
That's true.
It was only useful if you could do it as another thing
Yeah.
on your turn.
Right,
If you
if it was an
can't, it's
addition,
kind of
right.
it's
But
kind of
you-
useless to you.
Yeah.
Unless you
Sorry.
had could he cast something that is like a concentration spell that would help him next turn? Well,
I
actually,
only
it's already too
have
late.
Heroism
Yeah.
and motivational speech, but yeah, it's too late.
Neither
Yeah,
one of those
too
help
late
you
anyway,
anyways.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither of them help anyways. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, we're moving on. And that was Giver's turn for top of the order. And Giver's still in position 4. Nomad has not moved to position 10. You're both still in the same position. I got an 8. Nothing gets hit. And the Insanity Aura is a 3. Everybody give me a Sanity check.
Sanity check.
20.
16.
You're both good. Just barely, Giver. Just barely.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. You're both good on that. So now we're back to Nomad. You're in active combat with this judge who is flinging fiery, explosive paper at you. What are you doing?
Infernal contracts.
More contracts, yeah.
Right. All right. I think I'm just going to do the same thing I did last time.
Okay.
Where is it? Where's my? Oh, I got to do the.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Cassie is actively trying to like grab pamphlets about the adoption process.
Okay.
Like I they's gonna kill me if I don't bring these back.
Where'd it go? So I need a 10. So 10d6 again. Here we go. Give me a second.
Okay.
Thanks. Okay, that was. Oh, you got to roll a
Saving throw?
saving throw. Dex 19.
Nope, not a crit.
Okay, 39.
That does it. You don't need to continue.
Oh, okay, good.
She's at 38 hit points. Okay. And
So you said 38 hit points.
she was at 38.
Yeah,
You do 39
she's at
damage.
38 hit points.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Okay. And she falls to the ground and we'll just say she vanishes because she wasn't real anyways. And you make your way past her as Cassie collects as many pamphlets as possible. And let's see, Nomad, you get 40 points because you failed the first time to get through, so you got 40 points for that. And
We failed twice.
Twice. Yeah.
Wait.
No, that should be a -20.
you failed the
So
stealth.
overall,
Yes,
We
you're
failed
correct.
stealth.
Correct.
And
You
then
are
it took
correct.
us one
Yep.
round of combat.
Yep.
So sorry, you're 30
So 30.
points. Thank you. Good call. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good call. All right, the notation last turn. Thank you for that.
Also,
and-
flavor-wise, he needs to stamp the thing.
oh, right. You have to take the you have to
Oh.
you take the approved
That's
stamp
fine.
and you have to stamp yourself in so you can be approved to enter.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I
Okay.
need to roll a deception check for that?
Cassie's
just a
gonna try to
stand.
Cassie's gonna try to pencil in her and Iante for an appointment later this week.
Okay. All right. So Nomad, you made it to the end. You're gonna wait until Giver makes it to the end as well.
Okay.
And so we're gonna just do Giver stuff for a while here because he has 2 zones. Yes, 2 zones. The one he's in currently, and then the one after. Okay. So Giver, go ahead. And actually, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna roll your Arcana check, or are you gonna try something different?
I'm just gonna try the Arcana.
This one's rough.
Jesus fuck. 9.
9. It's not gonna do it, unfortunately. Okay.
This
Where's
is driving me nuts.
Yeah, that's not great. Sorry to hear it. Yeah, it's now we're at -30, 20 points. All right. I would say brevity. Go ahead and do it again for your next round.
14.
Not gonna do it. You roll this again. Also, I'm still rolling. I'm still rolling the environmental effect, by the way. And you're not getting hit at all by anything. Okay. And so one more, and that'll be your last one before you get pushed on to the next zone.
All right. Well, don't do it.
What?
12, don't do it.
12? Oh, shoot. No, it doesn't. But you managed to brute force your way through and figure out, just by trial and error, basically, continuing to keep doing this, you find the right...
Fucking cultist! Why do I not know this?
you eventually were like, wait a minute, this was easier than I thought it was.
Eventually, you just kind of hear Cassie in the back. Sorry.
And you make your way into the final room, which, oh, by the way, it was 0 points by allocation from
Yep.
the scene check. And make your way into the final room, and you are now. You go through a tent flap, and you have made your way into the big top, and there of this circus, and there are
There's a-
what? What was that? No, whatever. Okay.
I don't. Everything slowed down.
Oh, that was weird.
what
I don't know.
happened.
I don't know.
And I couldn't hear anything for
You
a
Okay.
need to
minute.
have him repeat it.
All right. Oh, yeah. So, Giver makes his way in through a tent flap and makes his way into the big top of the circus, where there are clowns on various types of vehicles. Some of which are not really real vehicles, and some are just they're using them as hand wheelbarrows, and they are running amok with mallets in their hands as they go around in circles. And behind them is the exit flap that you need to get out of. And above you, there is a spotlight that is swinging around wildly. That's creating shadows in certain areas and highlights other areas at sporadic intervals. And there is this off-tune, creepy circus music playing in the background. And in the crowd, you see everyone in the crowd are copies of Aggie, and they're all booing you. Are you going to
Strangle that gnome when I see him
That
again.
sounds a little cruel, doesn't it?
And now that we did not anticipate the last round going like that when we decided that.
We did not.
Yeah, kicking while you're down, that's rough.
Yeah.
That was really terrible.
That's a bad time for this.
Sorry about that.
So you gotta either try and stealthily try and sneak your way through, or you gotta try and bludgeon the crap out of these clowns.
What do you feel like today?
I feel like I'm done being good for a day. Synaptic static.
It's okay. Hold on. What's their health pool real quick? We got it written down so I can put it on my calculator. All right. That's a save for me, I'm assuming.
Intelligence.
Well, you're crit, sir.
Yes!
Nice.
Oh, double? Okay.
Double damage, yeah.
Originally roll. Is it double dice or double total?
Double dice.
Double dice.
So
Okay, so that's
16.
20 plus 27, so 47.
47 total.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other modifiers you can add to that?
Do the handshake.
Or you can do,
Yeah, I can add-
Dad handshake.
or you can also do a bonus action too if you have that as well.
I will say, if you just probably walk up and punch one of them as a bonus action,
Yeah.
that might work.
Yeah.
But is that actually? Do you have that as a bonus action?
I mean, anybody can punch as bonus action.
No.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have
I can?
dad shake.
Okay.
Can?
Yeah.
I can dad shake.
You can dad shake. Yeah.
So I need a strength contest against me, or they take 1d4 bludgeoning damage, and if they succeed, I take 1d4 psychic damage.
All right, I'm gonna roll this and see what happens. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, unless you
DC.
had a hit, but
Well, against the DC
happened?
is
I got another one.
okay.
oh, so that should be a double
Thank
crit.
fuck.
Double.
Yeah.
You're twice in a
2d4.
roll.
A 2d4.
Oh, I love it. I love
Your
it.
dad shake's gonna do.
Love it.
I'm not even shaking them. I'm choking them. So that's 3 total damage.
Oh,
That is it.
that's the exact
Do
number
it?
you had to hit. They had 3 hit points left.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that
Oh
felt
my
therapeutic.
Goodness
felt
gracious,
therapeutic.
that was a roller coaster.
Oh, that felt good. I'm not gonna lie, that felt good.
Okay, can I say
Yeah.
all the
Wow.
babies now change from saying boo to yay?
Yeah, the
There you go.
babies are super excited now. They're like
Uh,
they're
They're-
so proud of you.
Terrified.
they're also loving the murder, so you know.
Yeah.
Uh, as you melted the brains of these clowns, and you make your way to safety and the next area out of the main travel zones. Score of 50 points. All right. So the total travel score of Giver here is 170. Yes. Everybody can double check that for me if you wish.
Yep,
That's-
that's what I got.
15. And then Nomads is
Wait, how are you doing?
210.
Yeah.
So Givers was yeah. It was 50 50 20 0 50 for the zones.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got confused in my naming here.
And then Nomads is 210. Cuz that's 30 50 50 50 30. Right, it's 50 150
Yeah.
plus. Okay. 210 for the travel. So
170 versus
210. All right, and now we're going into now, and so that means that Nomad, you arrive first, and you're going to be able to get 2 objects, whereas
So we-
Giver gets 1.
So we call it here. It's pretty late.
It is pretty late. I feel like we can finish this though in just a few minutes though. Honestly, like I don't know.
We
I
have-
don't have to work tomorrow.
I
stay
can
up.
I
go
do.
another
You do?
20, but
Okay.
Yeah, from 10 to 2.
Okay. I think we can do it in 15 minutes. Up to you guys
Yeah.
if you want to do it. Up to you. I know it's gonna be
That's
heck of
probably
late.
fine.
Pop.
That's probably fine. I think that's
Yeah,
probably
I
fine.
suppose.
I know.
Okay.
At this point, you're like already super late. I know, right? Like you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it sucks. Okay, sorry about that. And okay, so Nomad, you're gonna go first and pick your 2 items. And hold on, make sure that's his items. Okay, yeah. All right. So the items in front of you that you can pick just 2 of are.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need to make sure I put these in a randomizer. So I'm gonna just put them in order. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, right.
Right? Like that would be
1, 2.
unfortunate. Okay. I'm gonna put these in different order. Okay. And so the first item you see is a family photo of Giver and Aggie in his arms. The second second item you see is a rather uncomfortable looking brown, uncured leather baby onesie. The third item you see is a printed gold bar t-shirt. That's a t-shirt with a graphic tee with a gold bar on it. It's gnome size, of course. And then there is the fourth item is I think it's a mildly used gnome-sized felt tuxedo. Not like a classy felt though, kind of a little bit off-putting. Maybe nobody's into it though. I don't know. And then the fifth item is a black and shiny onesie for a baby with some bejeweling on it. Which 2
Some
items? Bejeweling, so jewels, like little fake
like
plastic jewels. Yeah.
Okay.
So which 2 items do you wish to take?
Okay. Cassie and I decided we're gonna roll for it.
Okay. I mean, there's 5 items. I don't know how you're gonna do that, but go for it, I guess.
Roll a d6. 6 doesn't count.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
All right, you're gonna roll that.
Hold on. I'm gonna roll 1 and Cassie's gonna roll 1.
Hmm.
All right.
All right, Pop,
Okay.
do you want to say yours first?
Yeah.
right.
Yours isn't the same as mine, right?
Also, first of all,
We'll find out.
before you do that, just so they're aware, I'm keeping it in the order that I said them, not in the order of the tiering. So when they give me a number, I'm going to do it based off of the order I said them,
I'll
not the
tell
order
you
of the
what
tiering.
it is
Okay.
too, just to verify.
Yeah, we're assuming we're going
Yes.
in the order you presented
Okay.
it to
So
us.
Okay.
I rolled
Okay.
a 2 for a baby onesie,
Okay.
I rolled a 1 for whatever the first
the
one
family
was.
photo.
Only
The
photo.
family photo. Yep.
Okay. All right. You're so lucky. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to tell you what you got. You got the family photo was the tier 5 item
Ooh.
worth. Let me double check that's for 50 points, I believe. Let me double check that real quick.
Yeah.
Treasure room. It's under. Hold on. Scoring. Yep, by 10. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So that is 50 points for the photo, and then the baby onesie, the uncomfortable brown one, is worth 30 points. That's 80 points. That's very good. All right.
Yep, I'll take it.
By the way, I liked the theme of what you guys did there.
Yeah.
All right. And all right, Giver, you get to select one item from the following. You have. Hold on. Let me rearrange their order first before I just.
Wait, why?
Because they
Why
were all.
one?
Because you came in second in the travel score. So they get
Alright.
2 and you get 1. All right, so you have a cutesy baby doll, a 6'4" giant teddy bear, an inflatable sword, a plastic trophy with first runner-up on it, and a baby stroller.
What was the first one?
a cutesy baby doll.
And what was the last one?
A baby stroller.
Oh, okay, then the one because I got teddy bear, inflatable sword, baby stroller,
And the plastic
cutesy
trophy?
baby doll. Oh yeah, plastic runner-up trophy.
Which item do you want?
I think I'm gonna pick the stroller since that might be the most costly of the bunch.
Okay. Is that your final decision?
Plus, do you get to keep
Yes.
the stroller?
I think
Do you not
so.
have a stroller?
I think so.
I
You can
mean,
keep
that'd
it.
be pretty
Yeah.
helpful.
That's why we did it.
That's
All right.
exactly what I thought. Of, like, what does this man
Yep.
need in his life?
Yep, we actually did it on purpose.
So
All right.
that's the number one. That's the cheapest one.
We'll see.
So this you've selected the baby stroller, and this is the tier 3 item worth 30 points. It's the mid tier.
Okay.
Not terrible.
Alright.
Not terrible. All right, so that's 30 points for treasure room. All right,
Was
now
the
we're
runner-up the 50-point one? I know we can't switch. I'm just curious.
No, so I'll decide. So the inflatable sword was actually the highest tier item.
That
Oh,
was my
Yes.
second guess.
Oh.
yeah, that was also my second one. I was thinking.
The 6'4" floppy teddy bear was the least valuable.
Oh,
All
that
right.
one surprised me.
So now you guys are escaping. This is the last phase. And what you do is you were both given astral surfers, which are these things that basically unfold and they turn into like I'm trying to think how to describe these. What Riptide? What was the thing you showed me? Like the scuba thing with like the
Like
propeller on
the
it.
jet things, like in Bond when they like hold
Oh,
them,
yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
under the
yeah,
water. And
Yeah. It's not no, like the underwater
No, it's
thing.
like it's like a personal
yeah,
propulsion
you like
device.
hold it,
Yeah.
and it like glides
Yeah,
you
yeah.
forwards, but it's
So-
like in the air.
So
And it
it's
also
like
goes around you.
it's like that, but it also like goes. It like puts you in a little like enclosure and like it gives you little foot pedals too, so you can pedal. And it pops up little tiny wings too on the sides. So you have your own little tiny personal tiny little airplane basically. And you're gonna be trying to get that, and you're trying to be pedaling as fast as possible, moving it as fast as possible. So I need you both to find however the maximum move distance you can do in one round, including whatever you want to cast. It doesn't need to be just running, right? So it'll be including your move speed, you know, if you're going to use your action to dash, or if you're going to use your action to cast something or whatever your absolute maximum move speed is, right, distance, what that number is. And then I'm going to also have you give me an athletics or acrobatics check as well. And then you'll your store.
An Arcana check to cast a spell.
You can do any
No,
spell you
can
want
just
here.
Cast spells.
Yep.
All
You
right,
don't need to do
Dimension
Arcana
Door.
checks here. Dimension Door. Oh, jeez.
Well, I was going to say the same thing.
Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah.
no. Okay.
However, I can actually double the distance on it.
What?
What?
How?
I've got meta magic for I got distance spell. Doubles the distance of any spell.
Oh, man.
So it's 1,000 feet. So that's the
Jeez.
I'm counterspelling.
I'll allow it. I mean, you gotta contest, but
It's a 5th level counterspell.
okay.
That's the
Well-
That's the only spell slots I have.
well, I can counterspell your counterspell.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. All right.
Okay,
At
what
this
level?
point, hold on.
5th.
I'm gonna roll back. At this point, you will be burning spell slots. Okay. So, all right. So
I mean,
first of all,
if this is if you want us to be able to cast spells, now we got to do a DC 20 to do this at all, or
No.
what's the deal?
no.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm gonna say that Nomad's leaving first. So, well, I'll do both at the same time. It's gonna be easier that way, just for legit. Oh, I don't. Yeah, you'd be able to see him. Okay, so yeah, we'll just see both at the same time. It's gonna be easier. And so I'll start with the top of the order with Nomad. So you're doing Dimension Door. Okay, right? That's what you said you're doing. So
Okay.
burn that spell slot, and then we're doing Giver. You're counter spelling it. Which does that automatically cancel, or do you need to roll a DC for that? What's the
Well, what level is the dimension door?
yeah?
It's 4th level, so
So yeah, it automatically goes up because it automatically shuts off.
because he's
Because it's
casting at 5th level.
5th level. Okay. So burn that spell slot, and then Nomad, you're counterspelling the counterspell.
Yep.
Okay, and you cast a 5th level,
Yep.
correct? You counterspell.
Yep.
So you have to roll for that, correct?
No,
Yes,
Is it?
I have.
no.
Yeah,
I have to make a DC if it's 4th level or higher. The interrupted spell has no effect unless it is equal.
You only
it-
have to roll if you can cast counters. You
my
cast
counter spell is 5th level.
right, and so since
So what
if I
level is
had
your
cast-
counterspell?
Even if and I would cast mine at 5th level also.
Right.
So that means that I have to make the DC because
Hold on.
they're equal and not higher. It has to be
No.
higher than.
Hold
no,
on.
it's
Hold on.
equal
Hold on.
or higher, I believe.
Hold on.
Look at counterspell. I believe.
pulling
I
it
don't
up.
think you have to roll.
Spell using spells above or higher than
Who's casting?
I don't
Okay.
even.
Both cast
The-
and counter spell.
Using
The-
a spell slot
The wording is
less
the
than
interrupted
equal
spell
to-
has no effect if it is at a level less than or equal to the level of the spell
Right.
slot you used.
Correct.
So you don't.
You don't
they
have to. You don't have to
are
roll, and neither does Nomad because he's
Right,
at the same level as you.
Right.
Right. He's 5th leveling your 5th level, so it's equal level, so you don't have to roll. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that burns both of the. Okay. So then, turn order. That means that kids. Nomad went to counterspell. That brings it back to Giver.
I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I honestly don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. I can't beat 1,000 feet.
That's really far. Jeez.
How far are we trying to travel?
Maximum distance if I had it. So.
Oh, so it's just maximum distance, and then whoever got the furthest wins.
Well, that's
Gets that.
well. The problem is that it was the number of feet you go is the number of points you get,
Oh,
which is now a
Oh.
huge problem because now
Oh.
yeah.
You
thousand.
want to just not use? Just don't let us use the dimension door.
So okay, what I will say
mean-
is, for fairness, that you can't teleport. You have to physically move your your
Okay,
astral
so
surfer.
let's
okay,
reset our spell.
So
slot
reset,
and just
okay.
Reset
go
everything.
back.
Let's
Yep.
let's
You
just
can't-
not dimension door.
Yeah, you can't
Yes.
I
teleport.
wasn't. Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't have done it except that he.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I thought you said something about couldn't teleport. So
Yeah. Well. All right.
Okay.
See, I'm nixing teleportation. You have to be able to physically move yourself.
all right.
Okay, that seems more fair.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's far more reasonable. So whatever you can get in a single turn, and we're not going to
Right,
let you guys. Also, I will also say that you did not both arrive at the same time. You cannot interact with each other because
Okay, that's
Nomad
fair.
already arrived and then left, so he
Okay,
can't
good.
interact with you, and you can't interact with him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
All right. So you want me to just tell you what I would do? And
Yes.
you
Nomad
want me to
first.
go first. Okay.
Nomad first.
Okay. So first question is, I'm pretty sure if I were to use a magic item, then I lose it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not going to use my magic item. So, but I can cast a spell.
You can.
Okay. So I'm
You can
going
get
to cast.
one full turn worth of anything you want, basically.
I'm not sure what that means, but okay.
Well, action,
Okay,
bonus action,
right.
movement,
Action, bonus action. Right. Okay.
and movement.
So,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So action, bonus action. Tell you how this works. Right. So I would quicken, what's it called? What I call speed boost, which is basically long strider.
Okay.
So it gives me an extra 10 feet.
Okay. You're gonna quicken that. What does
And
that do?
then I
To that.
What's that?
Oh, that allows you. It allows you to cast it at as
The
a.
quicken lets me do it as a bonus action.
Okay. Yep.
Oh, actually, wait. I have an ability I forgot about. Wait a minute. Forgot. Where is it?
And is this only one round?
1 round's
this-
worth. You get 1 action, 1 bonus action, your movement,
Oh wait, okay. So I actually have a
and also an athletics or acrobatics check as well. So
bonus action dash already.
really,
So yeah, it's a thing you gave me. It's a one-time use per short rest. Bonus action dash. So it'd actually be better to do the bonus action dash, I guess. So I could do an action dash and a bonus action dash.
I don't see that on your. Where is it?
Okay, it's the very last thing on my features and traits. Go to the very bottom.
Speed boon. Where
Yep.
did this come from?
You gave this to me when I leveled up to 10. It was part of the very original thing you wrote a long time ago.
I choose the dash. I don't remember this at all. Okay.
We did talk about it like a month
Okay.
ago when we went up, and yeah.
Your walking speed increased by. Hold on. Your walking speed increases by 30 feet. Oh, okay.
Right.
Use them both
That's
action.
why I'm at 55.
Is this a custom, or is this just a boon you
No.
got?
It's a boon that you gave me.
Oh, it's the
Remember,
it's
it
the
was-
legendary boon.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Right.
I don't remember the source anymore off the top of my head right now, but yes, this is an actual D&D thing. It's not just I just decided to change your speed. Okay. Yeah,
That's
yes.
right. It's one of
Okay.
the choices. It's raw.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
yeah,
because
okay.
of your lineage and all. Okay, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
It's
something.
it's from it's from your
it's a
origin.
draconic something origin
Yes.
thing. Yeah.
Yes,
that you
okay.
gave me.
Right, you get a legendary thing, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
That checks
Yeah.
out. Okay. All right. Sorry. I was just like, what the hell are you talking about? Okay. Yeah.
I know. Okay, so I guess bonus action dash and then dash.
Okay.
For my action.
Okay. So that's going to be so your walking
so
speed is 55. Jeez.
Right.
Okay.
So I guess it's 55 and then for the dash and then
times
55.
times 3, basically. Did you find times 3?
It'd be just times 2, right? Bonus
We could-
action dash. Dash is just a regular move, right? Dash just gives you your movement speed.
Yeah, but I'm saying that you also get movement. You have action,
On top
bonus
of your
action, and movement.
speed.
Yeah.
Right, and movement. So your movement 55, your action 55, and your bonus action 55. Correct?
Oh. Yeah, I forgot about my movement, right?
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
55 times 3.
It's 55 times 3. Yep, whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Okay.
100,
165. And then I need you to give me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay. Then acrobatics. 8.
Ooh, okay. All right, so that is going to be plus 8. Let me double check this real quick. 10 times 10 by 10. Yes. Okay, so that's plus 80. Okay, so that is 165 plus 80.
245.
Thank you. 245. You're correct. Double check the math on that one. Okay. All right, it's 245 total for escape score. Okay. All right. Giver, what are you doing? Remember, you had an
I am
action, bonus
casting-
action, movement.
Action cast fly.
Okay, so 60 feet, right?
Move 60 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
And then bonus action, use my blessing of the Raven Queen to teleport 30 feet.
I did say no teleportation. Coaches,
I feel like
it's
okay.
short range teleport.
It's very short range teleportation. I'm fine with it.
Since it's racial, I'd allow it.
Yeah.
That's true. It's not a spell either. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Oh,
It's allowed.
definitely if it's not a spell.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not a spell, it's like
Yeah,
a-
it's not. It's although the only catch is I can do it 4 times.
But not at
So
once.
I don't know.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You get one turn's worth of stuff. So, yeah. Okay. So that's your action, your bonus action. Then what's your movement
60 feet of flying.
after that?
So 90 total.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm allowing you to use use the movement from fly plus your regular movement speed. That makes sense.
Oh, okay, then 30
Fly-
feet.
Fly just gives you a movement speed. It doesn't actually move you.
Yeah.
I know, but for the sake of the the spell and like what we're trying to do here,
and-
it just makes sense.
fine.
Like,
Okay.
right? Because he is flying, so like already. So it'll give him extra air. Okay. And then give me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Same, I'll go with acrobatics. That was so close to a 4. 19.
Wow.
Ooh.
So 190 from that. Jeez
There
Louise.
you go.
All right.
It
So
said 19.
yeah, but it's times 10.
It's times 10.
Yeah.
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 So it's 190 plus 30 from the movement, plus 30 from the racial bonus action, plus 60 from the fly. That's 310. Woo!
Yep.
Okay. So then totaling scores here. Giver, you're going to get 310 plus the treasure room score of 30, plus the 170 from the travel score. That's 510. And Nomad,
535.
535. I'm going to double check your math. Hang on. That's 210 from the travel, plus 80 from the treasure room,
Close.
plus
So close.
245 from the travel, 535.
Just squeaked it.
Jeez.
Wasn't
What's up?
wasn't the travel 210? Wasn't it 170 versus 210?
Yes.
210 was our score for the 5 zones. 245 was our score for movement, and 80 from the treasure room.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it should be 210 plus 80 plus 245, which does equal 535.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
yes.
Wow.
Let me just double check all additional rules real quick. Hang on. Just want to
No
double check. I got everything on here. Yeah, that's it. That's everything. So by just a handful of points here, by 25 points, just barely, looks like Nomad is able to secure the win with on the first thing here on the lock, stock, and barrel roll. Nomad, you have achieved victory. Whew. That was
a close one. That was a
Jeez.
lot of work, I'll tell you.
That
was a lot of work.
But that
I
was.
am mentally in pain.
I know.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm not.
Like
I
we
know.
thought that would be tricky. We did not think it would be that tricky. I
Oof.
feel
Can I
genuinely
quickly
bad
do
about
just
that.
like a role play thing?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm still
Yeah.
tiny.
Oh.
Yeah.
When we get there, can I go up to Nomad, being very small, and put out my hand to shake to Cassie and Nomad?
Oh yeah,
Very good.
Cassie immediately offers to shake.
I go, that was a good game. Also, Nomad, I'm terrified of your mind. The things you created in there are some of the worst things I've ever seen. So
I had Cassie's
good on
help.
you.
You're lucky I can't smack you right now.
Yeah, I'm
I
real
s-
sorry about a couple of those.
I am just so sorry. I did
Yeah.
not. This was not.
We were not expecting.
Please
near
forgive
the
me
end.
for the
Yeah.
terribleness of my mind.
Since they no longer count towards points, can we still grab like the toys that we designed? Do they still like exist in the world?
No. You have what
Aw.
you grabbed from the treasure rooms. So that
Okay.
means that Giver, you do have a stroller.
Can I
wait.
describe the stroller?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That thing is outfitted for battle. Like
Oh,
this thing is
whoa.
meant to be for you to put your baby in, and they can like accompany you safely into battle. So it has like shielding and spikes, and if Trevor will allow it, possibly like crossbows mounted on like the front. It's where like normally there'd be like little toys. Instead, there's like 2 hand crossbows.
Okay, I'm gonna put down battle stroller on my to-do list, and I will figure out what this means.
There is
That
like
is so
there
awesome.
is a battle wheelchair that is like a good starting
Oh yeah,
spot.
Oh,
that's
cool.
true. There it is in there.
Yeah.
And let's see, Nomad, you got a
So-
picture of Giver and his family. Like,
Right now,
Uh,
right. I think Nomad would want to keep it unless Giver wants it.
I kind of do.
Okay. And what about the baby onesie?
No, I don't need that.
Okay.
Cassie's gonna like
Nomad
tap on Nomad. Like, can you make that the onesie like
Oh yeah.
the
I can-
magic thing that you do? Can you do that?
Yes. Yeah,
the
I think I
baby?
can. Hold on. I have what's it called? Oh, where'd it go? I can. Yeah. Okay. Basically, I can make things glimmer. So
Okay.
why don't I make it glimmer?
I'm sure the devil baby will love it if it glows.
Oh, like make it out of glimmer cloth so that
Yes,
like, it can
out of
be,
glamour weave. Sure.
glamour weave.
Oh, so you can it can it can
glamour
change.
weave onesie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Glamour weave,
Interesting.
sure.
Yeah.
it's much better than before. All right.
Yeah. So like
I'll
as,
write that down, I guess, too.
yeah, we're gonna get that baby stacked up.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're gonna turn that as like the apology for the mental torment we just like, give her.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went with a carnival theme, with a creepy carnival theme.
Yeah, that just kind of happened.
It did.
It was more the I'm like, oh hey, what would he? Arcana. Only wizards are actually good at Arcana. Let's make it an Arcana check.
I have a +6, and I just
Oh
rolled
my
so
God.
poorly.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah, you
rough.
rolled bad.
That was
Yeah.
rough.
Still
You had a
can't
plus
see
6
those
to Arcana.
rolls.
We were kind of
Weird.
counting you having low Arcana, but you actually had fairly decent.
That's
Arcana.
fairly good Arcana for like a charisma caster. So I
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I feel slightly less bad, but
Man.
that was rough.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll pick it back up next time with
Yep.
the actual official reward because there's more to it than
Yes.
just here's the thing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing we got to go through. We don't have time for tonight, so we will pick it back up next time, and then we will also
Okay.
get into the next event, which will be the Panic at the Labyrinth. So,
Fantastic.
Well,
Yeah.
depends on who shows up, right?
well, that is also true. So
Yeah.
we'll try it this next time and see how we do.